Like Rice
sure.
to me.
Oh, come on. Pass it.
Pass it. Oh, my God.
Let's go. Erling Haaland.
Erling Haaland.
Yes! Let's go.
He's offside.
He's not offside. Are you nuts?
Let's talk about like the 115 charges real quick on City.
Calafiori! Ah! What a goal! Oh, mamma mia! What a fucking goal! What a finish! Did you see that?
Which gives red card?
A red card for Trossard. Get him off. Send him out. Go. Make an excuse. Make an excuse.
Okay,
this is why the referees.
Let him talk.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're back again for another watch along. Arsenal are taking out the champions today in Manchester City.
Taking on.
We're taking them out. We're taking them out, boys. Let's go.
We'll see about that. They're walking out the tunnel right now. Let's get some early score predictions.
The biggest game of the season,
So
Arsenal.
far. I think that's what you said last week, but
Biggest game for Arsenal.
Biggest
For
game, biggest game of the season, I would say.
I think it's
Premier.
biggest game for Arsenal.
The two title contenders going head to head at the Etihad. We're short a little bit, in Martin Odegaard.
Let's not make
okay.
excuses.
And
So
De Bruyne
City.
is missing for
City's
City,
also
so
out.
But
Short.
it's a different type of miss,
That's right. That's why this one's a bigger game for Arsenal than it is for City.
It is. It's much bigger for Arsenal. I think I'd be happy with a draw here. I'd be happy with a draw.
You'd be ecstatic with a draw.
I'd be
Actually.
very
Okay.
happy.
score prediction though. What do you got?
You know what? 2-0.
2-0. That's
Arsenal.
I honestly look, the way things are going, if I were a betting man, 0-0. I don't know why. All these big games lately, very low scoring. I mean, we had the two midweek Champions League games for both these sides, both end 0-0.
Well, no, that you can't compare good quality teams compared to the Premier League teams. The City's playing quality, and so is Arsenal. They're playing quality Italian teams with proper structure, proper tactics.
Okay, I mean, as in proper structure, Milan were definitely more on the back foot the whole game.
and they properly defended themselves.
I mean, that's all the Italian leagues know how to do.
No, that's an old concept.
They know they're man marking. They play a deep line. They got Martinez playing as a center defensive mid half the match, he didn't even play, honestly.
Very old content. Very old concept.
I mean, can you blame them? They all the Italian teams combined probably scored a goal.
I mean, sure, but it doesn't matter. They grab points off of the supposed best teams in the world, and they.
But
don't
that's
even
what
get put in
that's
the
the thing. They
conversation.
know that they're like, oh shit, we're coming up against good teams now. Everybody and your grandma.
If they were so good, these Premier League teams, they'd be scoring more goals. I'm gonna say 3-1 though here for City to Arsenal.
There's no way this is a high scoring game.
I love when Adriano bets against Arsenal because we always prove him wrong. Let's go, you boys.
What do you mean always? We've watched one game together for this not so live
last
watch
week,
along.
you predicted another 3-1 win for the Spurs, and we saw how that went.
There's no way this is a high scoring game though.
First of all, Arsenal absolutely got carried to. They should have never won that game. They got absolutely abused in that game.
No, we didn't.
Tottenham should have won that game. Everybody knows that you're not. That's why you're not piping up about it. If they would have played a better game, you'd have piped up. Tottenham. Oh, we spanked Tottenham. You're not piping up about it. So quiet down. Quiet down.
Getting wins
Quiet down.
away from home.
You should be happy to see your newest signing, £42 million, in Calafiori. He's going to help you on the defensive line there. And, maybe Arsenal might have a chance because of that. Otherwise, not so nice.
Man, look at that starting, 11.
Yeah, it looks so good.
If only Odegaard was there
If only Arsenal...
They don't trust White to start at the right?
No, because they're going to fall down the table. We're like Timber.
I think it's more of a fitness issue. Many games right now in this point of the season. Every 3 games we're
you
playing.
and everybody else. You and everybody else. So don't cry about it because you guys want to be here and play with the big boys.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, are there any City players that get into Arsenal starting 11?
What the heck?
No, fully fit.
Okay,
No,
let's start with the
what are you
goalie.
talking about?
Fully fit.
Hey,
fully
let's make
fit.
a quick
Right now.
combined fit 11.
Fully fit right now. Arsenal, Man City, combined 11.
Okay.
You just put Haaland in.
Why do we have to put fully fit?
Okay, let's start
Why
at
do
the
we
back. Let's start at the back.
Okay.
Obviously, Ederson makes it in above Raya.
What I don't know about obviously.
Yes,
because
obviously.
right now, Raya,
Stop.
right now,
Raya saved you from losing to an Italian team.
he saved us against
a
Tottenham.
mid-table Italian team.
against Tottenham
A
Hotspurs
mid-table
as
Italian
well.
team.
No. This is a team that won the Europa League last season. It's a very strong team, Atalanta.
And they're mid-table in the Serie A.
No.
They average mid-table, yes.
They're in the Champions League for a reason.
No,
And,
they average mid-table.
They got in the Champions League for a reason.
So did Arsenal, but...
So in the back, I would put Raya in, but I won't debate if you want to put Ederson. I think they're very close now.
Okay, right back we go Walker.
Okay, stop, Max. You stop.
Over-
you don't
over White?
He doesn't even play. The Man City fans don't want Walker in their team anymore. Everybody
way,
knows that White now.
Let's just give a moment here for Sir Howard Boystein. I forgot. I didn't really catch that.
Okay, Walker on the right. Thank
Rest
you.
in peace.
Center backs we have Diaz and Saliba.
No, you can't just say Walker on the right. He would not. A fit
Okay.
Walker and a fit Ben White right now. Ben White is the best center.
Ben
right
White's
back.
on your bench right now.
But fitness issue.
You know the difference between Ben White and Walker? Ben White, he has to spend time in the tanning bed. Walker doesn't have to. He's naturally. So he gets to save that time, put it towards training, and you could see. He's put the training, and he's by far a better fullback than Ben White ever was.
I like Rico Lewis over White as well.
Rico Lewis is playing great right now.
You've seen Rico Lewis play maybe 5 games,
He's
okay,
playing
Max?
great right
I
now.
don't want to hear you. Ben White starts right back. Now 2 center backs. I think this is easy.
No.
Gabriel
You can't-
Magalhaes,
No, Diaz.
William Saliba.
You can't veto because you think your
because
opinion's better. And you can't.
it is better.
You can't put a center back that you don't know how to pronounce the name
Gabriel Magalhaes and
of. Still
Magalhaes
Still-
and William Saliba starting center back.
No, Ruben Diaz gets over Gabriel. That's fact.
Okay, so what? You will Saliba and Diaz?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll take it. Left back, Calafiori, Timber, pick your poison. Vardiol?
Vardiol.
Okay,
yes,
we'll put Vardiol. if
That's
you
my
want.
poison.
I'll give him to you.
Yeah, give him. Because nobody else in the center of the field gets it. Rodri, thank you, instead of Rice.
Okay, Rodri.
I mean, you could play a double pivot where Rice and
you could
Rodri.
put Rodri.
I'll take Premier League Young Player of the Year, Foden, on the left side, or the right side. Actually, I'll take him on the right side. Because the other guy can't play on the left, so.
No. Okay, the game's kicked off, boys. Manchester City. Oh, already this guy's on the floor.
What happened?
I don't know, man.
Oh, it looked like he pulled a muscle here.
Oh,
Rodrigo.
he's pulling his face.
Your favorite player. You're going to talk about him badly? You're going to talk about him badly?
Favorite player? He's not my favorite
He's your
player.
favorite player. You think
the
he's
most
the best
overhyped.
defensive midfielder?
What's going on already, man?
Overhyped? Now you think he's overhyped.
What is this? 20. What was it? 5 seconds into the game, the guy falls on his face.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't even know what happened. I didn't see it. I was
Yeah, I didn't quite catch
turning the
that.
scoreboard on.
Oh,
but-
he got it.
Oh, what the
come
hell?
on, Kai Havertz.
Wow.
You know, he's just...
He saw the lights go up. He saw Herb Dean go fight, and he just runs into
Kai
him.
Havertz had some flashbacks. Oh, my goodness.
I want to see is that Savino who was
It's
Bernardo?
Rodri. Are
Oh.
you blind?
I didn't see you, bro. I was setting up the scoreboard.
You can't see him right there?
Oh
by
yeah,
his
sorry.
face?
I don't recognize him on his back. I just
Okay, in the midfield.
you know how I do recognize him scoring Champions League winning goals.
Okay, good
Something
for
you wouldn't know anything about.
Well, at least he doesn't switch teams every 2 seconds.
Switch teams. Rodri?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you know, Leicester, Newcastle. Who are you? Arsenal?
Rodri.
I have a question for you, Max. Who in the midfield? Okay, we're in the midfield right now. Who starts in that midfield? Arsenal.
I-
Come on.
You know,
I think it's
I
a
kinda
midfield
think-
three of Rodri, Rice, and De Bruyne.
No. First of all, you can't play Rodri and Rice together when
then-
you have Odegaard and De Bruyne.
No,
and
De Bruyne and Odegaard play the same position, and I put De Bruyne above that. I'm not. They're gonna.
you got to put Odegaard in.
No, I can't.
Right
you
now-
don't, you don't have to put
Right
him in
now,
there.
Odegaard is the better player.
You don't put him
No,
in
he's
there
not.
just like
Last
Real
week
Madrid
you were
didn't put him
talking
in their
about
lineup.
how he was the second best on his position.
Yeah, but right now I'm saying.
Yes,
Oh,
last week you said right now. Remember when we were talking about whether Odegaard was 89 deserved, and you're like, he's the second
I changed
best.
my mind.
Oh.
Odegaard is the best.
No, he's
player.
not. Get out of here. De Bruyne.
Anyway, in midfield, we got Odegaard, Rice, and Thomas Partey.
No, De Bruyne makes it above Odegaard. This is just a ridiculous hot take you're trying to farm right now.
Yeah, this is not necessary, honestly. Like, you just sound
Okay,
dumb.
so what is it? Rice.
If you can't put Rice and
So what's your midfield?
I want Rodri, Rice, and De Bruyne.
Okay,
a double
Rodri,
pivot.
Okay, fine. Rodri, Rice, and De Bruyne. Terrible midfield. Terrible. You could have Odegaard in there, and
Yeah,
it
but
makes
you-
it 100 times
No,
better.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
But you
front
don't need
three.
Odegaard.
Front three.
Front three.
Foden, Haaland.
Foden, Haaland, and you know what? Let's
I
throw.
don't put Saka in
I'll
there,
put
really.
I'll put Foden on the right because
No, are you
he's
dumb?
a versatile player who can play on the
Are you
right.
Yeah, I'd
dumb?
put
You
Foden
don't
on
put
the right.
Saka in there?
No.
Yeah, I said I put Foden.
can't
No,
put
sorry,
Saka
Foden
on-
on the left
You can't
with
put-
Saka on the right, and then
Okay.
I don't know. I think Foden sits on the right there.
Yeah, of course you do.
He's better with both of his feet. Saka didn't do anything. He couldn't do anything against the Atalanta.
De Bruyne has no. I mean,
Did
Foden has
nothing
no
against
weak foot.
Tottenham. Like he's just not a big game.
no,
player.
Foden can play on the left. He's played on the left before.
What's the under over for how many limps Saka does when he gets subbed off? I don't know.
Fun fact: you know who has created the most chances this year?
Lamine Yamal.
Nope,
What?
I don't know.
it's Jack
Like-
Grealish.
Yeah, Jack Grealish.
Most
yeah?
chances created
Jack Grealish on the left, Foden on the right.
out of
Haaland
any
down the
player
middle.
playing in the Champions League. By the way, so I mean,
Yeah,
top
and,
teams.
and he doesn't even start. So imagine.
He is, and he already had like 8 chances created against Inter.
Whoa! That's got to be a card
Crunching
there.
That is
tackle.
not a
No,
card.
I think Saliba just flopped like a little butterfly there. Because obviously, if he got really hit, he would have came up a little bit more angry, right? So obviously they
I
didn't
don't
touch
know.
each other. Yeah, obviously.
Erling Haaland, you know. Oh my
No,
God,
he
that
did
is
nothing.
horrendous.
He did nothing.
Look at, he's not even
He
looking
hit
at the ball.
Backside.
He is looking
hit
at the
the
ball.
backside,
No.
and that was all Saliba who just dove and made a big show out
He
of
was
it.
definitely looking at the ball.
He was the one.
Did you
going
not
for the
see his
ball.
eyes? Then looking at.
You're nuts, man.
It's a physical game. We're not playing.
Alexei, I understand what this tactic is. This is a psychological tactic because he feels very nervous, so he's just going against anything that he just wants to support his men, and I understand that.
This isn't flag football.
This is
Alexei.
not, you
It is
know,
a contact sport.
There's a little bit
There
of
are collisions.
Yeah, and you know what? To the people that maybe aren't so privy to the game and who think that soccer or football is a weak man sport, it's very much not. It's very much not. Lots of collision, lots of skin on skin, bone on bone contact. Skin on skin was a bit suspicious.
Oh, beautiful interception there by Thomas Partey.
Yeah, it looked like.
Anyway, do you want to talk about some other fixtures that happened this week?
Sure, we could talk about Manchester United once again drawing to Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
You know that anybody that supports that coach who's a Manchester United fan, I want to tell you straight up to your face, you're delusional. You're wrong. You're just dumb. Because if you think that starting Garnacho and Ahmed Diallo and Xerxes is gonna do anything for you,
I'm mad.
you are incorrect to a level I've never seen before. Rashford's finally back scoring goals, and what does he do? First thing he does, benches him.
Well, look, not to harp on the fact that, like, I don't want to harp on a certain player so early on in the episode, but in my opinion, Ten Hag's kind of known for doing this already. He's done that. With Ronaldo, he's done that with. I can't remember now who it was. He did it with Fred when Fred, obviously not a great player, but he just fully stopped playing him. He did it with Wan-Bissaka when Wan-Bissaka stopped playing well. Then he put Dalot instead. Like, he does that. He switches him over. He likes to.
Yeah, to switch somebody who's not playing well, that's another thing. But to switch,
No, they were playing well. He did it with Ronaldo. Like,
well, Ronaldo was not playing well. In his last
He
season.
had just came off an 18-goal season.
He scored 1 goal in 5 games, and then he stopped playing him, which is
Anyway, obviously Ronaldo wasn't the problem. So
no, he wasn't. Ronaldo was not the problem, but the problem is Manchester United's culture. It's their coach. It's their fans. Their fans are.
I don't know if it
unbelievably-
goes down to the culture or fans. I think it's just the coach. Because if a sane coach would obviously play different players. Unfortunately, I also think that the team that they have, like, those players don't have big characters. Like, they're not good under pressure. They flop on their. Rashford's not my favorite player. For me, he's a outside side netting merchant. Like, the guy hits the side netting outside the net.
But when
time.
Rashford is on form, he's on form.
When he's on form, he's on form. You can't deny that. He does score. He's
Yes, when
extremely
he's
quick.
on form, he is on form.
You can't deny that. That is pure fact. I've never, that's hard to objectify that, actually. But I get it. But also, I think Rashford comes out of form often. Gundogan.
Oh my God,
Oh my
Gundogan.
gosh.
Alexei, you're looking a little more pale than usual.
So far off target, it doesn't even make sense.
Okay,
I don't think it
well.
was that far.
So far,
Let's see. We're about to see the replay. Up. Oh.
and boom.
Oh, it didn't even hit the.
Haaland puts that away.
That was a great pass by Bernardo, though. Good vision.
Gabriel, nowhere to be seen.
I don't know why you wouldn't square that across the crease. Instead of hit it straight on.
I mean, he should have just hit that.
If it would have gone on target, it probably would have went in. To be fair, it was a rocking shot.
Pep Guardiola losing a bit more hair after that.
But yeah, as we're talking about Manchester United, Ten Hag to not play Rashford, that team, Manchester United fans, they expect a lot because of their history. But right now, let's be honest, they're a mid-table squad. They're a mid-table team.
No, they're not a mid-table
Yeah, they
squad.
are.
No, they're not.
They're a mid-table team. They
They're
were
not
finished 8th last year.
They're a mid-table team based on their performance, but their squad themselves, they have notable players.
Notable,
You can't deny it.
overrated, disgusting players I would never want near my team.
But you could say the same thing about these certain players if they underperformed for Arsenal, for example. Like Rice
sure.
to me.
Oh, come on.
if-
Pass it.
Pass it. Oh my God.
Let's go. Erling Haaland.
Erling Haaland.
Yes!
He's
Let's
offside. He's
go.
offside.
He's not offside. Are
He's
you
off-
nuts? Are you nuts?
Let's go.
That was a ridiculous run. Savinho, what a pass.
What
Took
a
a little
pass.
long to give the ball.
Okay, I just wait for the VAR.
It's not offside.
By the way, Haaland is so good at staying onside. I think out of any striker in the Premier League over the last 3 seasons, he's the least offside.
Is that right?
I think he has 15 offsides in all 3 campaigns.
It's too bad.
It's
His
crazy.
competitive striker, I guess you could say, his competitor, Mbappe, is always offside, man.
Yeah, no, it is.
He's always finds himself offside. But that was a great run. I don't know how Alexei thought that was offside.
No, but did you see how he just instinctively knew where that offside line was? Look,
he's there.
He's about
there.
to go offside.
And then he edges it.
He comes back.
Play
He
behind?
even look. He takes a little stomp there to.
He's so on.
He's
Oh man,
perfect.
he even stops a
He
little
has
harder.
so much room there. I don't know what Gabriel's doing.
I don't know what Gabriel and Saliba, apparently the best center back duo, do. I don't know. Look how much room. Oh my God, you can park a bus.
Look at who is that?
Oh
Saliba
my
just.
God.
Oh.
And he just to Raya. Raya, do you want the ball? No. Okay, tap it. Look at that. He just poked it.
And by the way, he is tied with Cristiano Ronaldo, both 105 games. to get
Correct.
to 100 goals.
But unfortunately,
I
it
bet-
does not break the record.
I bet Ronaldo took more than 9 minutes.
I bet
Let's
he
be
did
honest,
to get his
though.
yeah, I bet he did. You know what? I bet he did.
If we
for
go
sure.
down to the minutes.
Haaland with the 1-0 celebration on the sideline. That's crazy. Alexei, feeling a little somber.
Wow, honestly, I didn't think this game would be so open this quickly. That's the
No,
second
I
chance
did.
they had.
No, I did.
I know. Hats off to you. I did not see this happening. I thought Arsenal would be very, very compact and allow very, very few shots. This is the second big opportunity City have had in 10 minutes. This is...
Let's just be honest.
okay.
Terrible.
I
throw.
get another dive, bro.
No, he didn't.
That's
He
not
didn't
a
even
dive.
dive. He
That's
just
not a
fell
dive.
over.
That's
He
not-
just lost his balance. He kicked the ball while leaning back.
If you want to be known as the most, that you already are, no, don't need to celebrate.
Oh, and they didn't boot it. See? Oh my God.
You look at the Doku. You know what? There was a lot of words spoken about Doku and the way his performance is, and I personally didn't necessarily believe the hype, but since the beginning of this season,
he's
Jeremy Doku.
he's
Wow, he's a baller. I'm surprised that he doesn't get thrown into certain lists.
The thing is,
I wouldn't personally do
it's
it
the
either,
Goals.
but-
It's the goals. He's not quite there on the goals yet. He's a great dribbler. He can beat a man almost better than anyone in the world right now.
Pause.
The thing. Oh, here it is.
Okay.
That's a
He
handball.
can take a man on. Is that better?
Okay, let's see Bernardo. Oh
He-
wow, Thomas Partey with the double hand shove. Wow, you just can't do that in a house league.
The problem is, he's got one or two moves in his arsenal. He's great.
He should be off Holland right now.
Okay, come on,
I mean, what he did before to Saliba.
dude. They go.
Are you nuts?
It's a physical game. We've talked about this. They can.
He tried to injure him.
Oh, look at that sexy man, Kevin De Bruyne on the screen right now. By the way,
He's not my type of guy, but
Nathan Ake as well. By the way, 2 great players that would be starting this game probably if they were fit.
But that's the. I don't know if that's a showcase of the open wallet that City have, or maybe just the abundance of pretty good signings that they've made. Because if you really weigh it together, Man United have a. Maybe you could say just as open of a wallet, especially with Ten Hag. They've really opened up here. Wow.
You know what? I can see us scoring a couple goals still.
Look, anything's possible, and just like the one score you scored against them last year,
The problem is, Alexei,
sometimes you get lucky.
The problem is, Alexei, it's not about how many goals you score; it's who scores the most.
No, that's true. I just look. Obviously, Arsenal have had a very, very hard time scoring against City the last 3 seasons, and look, it could go both ways. Obviously, our City didn't even score against Arsenal last season, but
Arsenal.
but anyway, look, City. You guys have a hard time playing teams that hold possession, and you guys are a team that really 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 needs to have the ball to threaten much.
Let's just give an honest round of applause here, an honest moment of appreciation. 100 goals, it's history. That's history. 100 goals for Erling Haaland, the first 100 goals for City. Come on, guys, it's history.
Yeah, no, it's
You know, even Alexei, I know that he's feeling melancholy right now.
Does Saka even have 100 yet?
Saka maybe doesn't even have 40, but you know, you can't count the numbers in those ways. Ronaldo didn't have very many goals at the beginning of his season until, you know, later on where he banged them back.
You're talking about what season?
No, I mean compared to, you know, his latter seasons playing in La Liga, he scored, you know, 40, 50 goals a season at some points, whereas Ronaldo, when he was in the Premier League initially,
yeah, I agree.
Early on in his career,
I agree, which is why he's also not a top 10 Premier League player of all time.
You know, everybody holds their opinions. I don't think that has to do with because you see, and I'll say I don't mean to rope you guys into this category, but I know Alexei, he likes to make the debate about being a better footballer, and then if I, let's say, will defend Ronaldo in a way, I often you kind of have to use stats because of how many goals and
no, you can't use stats if you're comparing him to Messi. But the problem
why
with
can't you use it when you're comparing him to Messi?
Because you can't. Every single stat and metric he's worse at.
That's
But you know what?
But it's not relative in that way.
Yeah, it is relative in that way because statistically he's just worse in every metric. But if I were to go ahead, Max.
No, I agree.
Tell me who's the best, Messi or Ronaldo?
Obviously Messi.
Right now I'm going to go into the Ronaldo side.
Oh my goodness!
God, Gundogan hits the post.
Gundogan hits the far post.
The thing with Ronaldo fans is they argue the wrong things. Look, I'll argue Ronaldo against you and I'll beat you because you don't understand how to argue for Ronaldo. You cannot argue anything other. Who has the most Champions Leagues? Ronaldo. He has 5. He doesn't have the most anymore, but he has.
Then what's the point of
he has,
so hold on a second.
What?
That's so contradictory to what every Messi fans say. And we get it in our comments, in our TikToks, in our reels. I've heard it personally from you.
Shout out to Messi fanboy 123.
If you use the World Cup as a way to diminish Ronaldo and his achievements, then what's the point? If you're not going to be able to compare Champions League, then why can you?
No, you can't. You can't.
Alexei's saying you can't.
No,
you shouldn't.
He's saying that as an argument for Ronaldo.
Yeah, people who argue Ronaldo, they see the thing is Ronaldo fans that choose Ronaldo over Messi. There's a little bit. They're a little slower than other people, so they can't really make the proper arguments.
Definitely use words to describe what we're feeling. That's for sure.
Yeah, they're a little bit slower. They can't make the proper arguments. Look, if I were to argue Ronaldo against Messi, I will tell you Ronaldo is better because he has a Euro, which is equivalent, I would say, to the World Cup because you have to face the hardest teams in the world.
That's crazy.
He had to face France just like Messi did in a final where he beat him. Yeah, he might have come off crying like a little girl, but he still won that final. And that Euro, the teams that Messi had to fight in the World Cup, the hardest ones, all play in the Euro. Australia doesn't. But even the teams that didn't have to play in Europe, like Saudi Arabia, he lost to. You know why? Because these teams are not part of the conversation. Nobody says, oh, you lost to Saudi Arabia. No. It's if you beat France, you're the best player in the world. If you beat Croatia, you're the best player in the world. Ronaldo is the best player of all time because he did it. He won the Euro, the first Euro in Portuguese history. Messi cannot say that. Messi did not win the first World Cup in Argentinian history. It took Ronaldo to win the Euro. It took him.
It sounds like it's your true opinion because honestly, I've said the same things, but you distracted with other mumbo jumbo.
No, and I'm not. And I'm even going to say this: if you put the ball up in the air, who do you want? Who do you want there?
Obviously,
Cristiano Ronaldo.
If you put it on the left foot, who do you want there?
Cristiano Ronaldo. Who is the better weak foot? Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo is the better penalty taker.
Shooter, yeah.
Yeah, he is just he's just the best player of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo. You know, people will use goals per game. People will use this and that. Yeah, but Cristiano Ronaldo had to play on. He went to the Premier League. He did it there. He won 3 Premier Leagues. He won the Ballon d'Or in the Premier League. He did it in the Saudi League. He did it in the English League. He did it in Syria. Where did Messi do it? He did it in La Liga, where he was cozy and comfortable. That is why Messi, you know, his stats are inflated a little bit because he was playing against Eibar every week. He wasn't playing on a cold night in Stoke. He was not. Cristiano Ronaldo is the best player of all time. Easily.
Very well said.
Thank you. Now, if we're looking at like a regular, normal person, everything I just said is rubbish.
Right.
Because
But if you're a regular, normal person, you probably wouldn't have ginger hair. So it looks like Rodri's hurt, and he was really gripping his
Yeah, no, that was.
thigh there. It looks like he's going to come off, which is
Yeah, it was
a great relief in Alexei's speech there. That's why he kept going, because he kind of felt some relief. He's like, oh my God, Rodri's down.
I'm a little bit, I want the hardest competition. I'm very upset right now that Rodri has to come off.
Yeah,
Do you think that this opens up a hole for the City midfield, or do you think that they can make a replacement here that'll suffice?
Well, I think 100%. He's the best player on their team right now, and
I mean, he hasn't. This is his first game of the season.
You mean like on the field for them?
What
or
happened?
saying on their team?
No, it was no contact.
No, it was no contact. He just his muscle got pulled, and
that could be a.
and I don't know if you could see. Look, he was gripping it, which I think maybe it was cramping like really bad. That could be really bad, And these are the type of things, Rodri,
Thomas
to me-
Partey with a moment of
moment of respect here.
respect. Yeah,
To
he thought he was diving at first. He had his arms out like, what did I do?
Yeah, I know. Alexei thought too. I don't like these kind of
What is that
disrespectful moments.
space? Why is Saliba so far away?
'Cause they're
And
not
Gabriel?
good.
Okay, stop.
They're not.
By the way, I think Haaland has twice as many goals than Arsenal this season. Yeah, I think he has a 5.
Haaland is honestly
Six-
on a
six,
tear of a
okay.
season right now. Honestly, Haaland is
I mean, he has more goals, I think, than any Premier League club, right?
Yeah.
right now. You mean?
Yeah, currently this Premier League season, more goals than
Yeah,
any
I know, but that's that's
Well, it's
gonna,
because he
within
scores
like
every single goal
yeah
for
within
City.
like 4 or 5 weeks, it's gonna be he's
Yeah.
gonna be so behind.
I mean, yeah, but, I mean Chelsea. I think probably are second. They're second in the table right now, I believe.
Chelsea?
Chelsea's
yeah.
doing really well. And I was affirmed. I feel. Excuse me.
I mean, they have 3 wins and a draw, right? So that would.
I don't remember where I put them in our.
4 wins and a draw.
No, they lost against City. They can't be.
Okay.
Do you
I think
guys-
they won every other game though, so it's 4 wins they have, which puts them in second right now.
Do you guys remember where I had Chelsea in our list? Because I don't.
I had it 3rd. You had it 4th, I believe,
I don't.
or did you have it farther back?
No. I think I had. I want to believe I had them higher up because I wanted to just harp on the fact that I believed in Chelsea. I believed that they'd come around, and it looks like they're coming around.
Okay, so yeah, you had them. I had them the highest. I had them 3rd.
Okay.
I really thought that.
Well, between 3rd and 4th, really, at this
Yeah.
point in the Premier League, like
Yeah, I just
if you're
thought.
not going to win, you're going to find a Champions League spot between those ones anyway. So what's the difference?
Yeah, my argument was that Liverpool was coming off of a manager switch, and then Chelsea had ended last season with 5 wins out of 5. So I figured,
Look, Liverpool definitely know how to win games. Obviously, we're here to watch along City and Arsenal. Not that but we're just talking. Liverpool definitely know how to win games, but they drew to. They gave away points to who was it? Nottingham Forest, was it?
who were we talking about here?
Liverpool.
Y-
Last week.
Yeah, they lost, or didn't
And,
they? Or was it a draw or they lost?
No, I think they drew, or maybe even they lost. Yeah, maybe they even
it was
lost.
1-0. 1-0 loss.
Yeah,
right?
so
Yeah.
there you go. 2 players on Arsenal on the floor here.
Anyway, are there any other Premier League games to talk about? Newcastle taking their first loss of the season.
I mean, I think it was coming.
Yeah, I mean they were on good form. They had 3 wins and a draw, I believe, right? 3 wins and a draw.
I don't know much about Newcastle.
Anyway, I mean they were 3rd in the league up to that game, and then took a little bit of a tumble against
You're a fan, eh?
a strong Fulham side. I like Newcastle. Yeah,
You know
why
what? I have an appreciation for them. I don't like the fact that they've been bought out by the Saudis, so now they have like this basically like.
No, but you say that, but like, who did they sign this transfer window?
No, well, there was more last transfer window when they
Well,
got.
yeah, I don't care.
You're right.
Nice
it
ball
is-
in for Martinelli here.
It looks offside.
Like let's talk about like the 115 charges real quick on City.
Calafiori! Ah! What a goal! Oh, mamma mia! What a fucking goal! What a finish! Did you see that? What a debut!
What a goal!
What?
That was a good
What
goal.
a finish! Let's go! Let's go, boys!
Great goal. Great goal. Yeah, it looks like there's some kind of grave here.
Oh no, you can't chuck it off
No,
now
because
after
I
that.
think
What a
Martinelli was
finish.
offside. If I'm being honest with you, I think Martinelli on that play was offside. I don't think the play should have really stood. What a finish, though. Calafiori,
What a finish!
by far Arsenal's best defender, is good. He's asking. Calafiori is my look. Hold on. Let's see something here.
He's
no,
on,
He's
he's
on.
on.
He's on.
They're just complaining for nothing.
No, well, I mean, I thought he was offside too. By the way he ran there, and he gave it off to Calafiori. Boom. What a shot!
What a finish! Look at the outswinger. Oh,
What a shot! He just took it. Wow! Look at that.
Well,
Wow.
Oh,
knew?
you know, the best part is Alexei had nothing great to say about Calafiori.
No, what are you
didn't
why
know
are you
anything
lying?
about
Why are you
him.
lying? I literally
You knew
he's your best
absolutely
he's your
nothing.
best defender
No,
in
he's not.
Italy.
He's
Yes,
not
he is.
even. He's not
the
even.
best defender in Italy.
No, he's not even.
Yes, he is. 100%. Who is the best right now? Bastoni?
No, he's a fullback.
Bastoni?
Bastoni's a center back.
This guy could do it all.
Yeah, I know.
Some would say he could play midfield.
I know he does. He could play the six.
Look at him. Look at that guy.
You know nothing about him. You know this is what I hate. This is what it's fans in the Premier League that know nothing else but the Premier League for the most part, and then they get these foreign
nobody
players.
knew anything
Yes,
about him before
this guy used to play for
the
Roma.
Euro.
What are you talking about? This guy used to play for
The
Roma.
guy's 22 years old. Like how
you don't know
you've
what
been
you're
everywhere, eh? You
don't know what
watched
you're
him
talking
since he was 15.
Yes.
Yeah, you've watched him since he was 15 playing with Lamine Yamal.
What?
Nobody knew anything about him until last season, bro.
The Italians knew exactly who he was.
Okay, I'm not a freaking.
No,
hey, bro, I'm from Laval. I'm
not-
not Italian, bro. I don't know Calafiori before he comes to the best league in the world. I'm sorry, I don't.
You sound really dumb right now. Like honestly.
Hey, bro, you
sound-
know about
you sound-
Calafiori, bro?
Okay.
Hey, yo, let's go to Adamo's, eat some pizza, eh?
You know-
let's watch Calafiori
you
play
know
for
that-
Bologna. Hey, I know. You're right. I don't know Calafiori before the Euro. I don't. Neither did many people. But now that he plays for the best team in Europe,
okay.
I'll support him.
I think if we're talking about Europe, Arsenal in the Champions League
Are not the best at all.
are statistically
The worst.
the biggest failure of a team.
What do you mean statistically?
You have the most games in the Champions League without having won it.
Are you sure?
Yes. Arsenal is the team who has the most Champions League games without having won a Champions League. Yeah,
Anyway,
wow. Puts things into perspective, eh?
And,
You guys
that
go-
actually sounds believable.
You guys make the Champions League almost every year and
Consistency.
consistently losing it. Yes, I agree.
No, first of all, imagine making top 4 20 years in a row. That show like
I mean,
you know, our,
You'd
Guys
expect at
finishing
least
fourth
one
every
lucky
time.
run.
no,
They're finishing literally fourth every time.
well, Wenger didn't have Saudi money to buy any player he wanted. He was doing this with Coquelin and Koscielny in the back.
Honestly, I'm tired of the injection into City and all that crap. Okay, City, yes, they spent a crap load of money.
Some would say 115 charges. Right?
Yeah, well, first of all, those charges are mainly based off of like hidden contracts with Pep Guardiola and things like that. They're not.
Oh no, hidden contracts. No, let's allow that.
Okay, honestly,
Let's
look,
just
I'm not
hide our
supporting,
contracts.
I'm not supporting the by the way the fact that they hid some of the money, but to come out and say that you need to take away their trophies and all that crap. Look,
100% take them all away.
I disagree. Arsenal,
went to Man
no,
United.
this is why.
need it.
Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man U have spent equal amounts of money within the last 15 seasons. All right? Just because a new dog was in town splashing money just to play an even play, just to level even up the playing field, it's bullshit. They spent their money and they spent it wisely. They're operating on they made money this last transfer window. That's how smart their business has been lately.
Okay, well, the reason I say what I say about Man City is because they were bought by Saudi money.
Because you're so.
Okay, who cares if
Arsenal,
it's Saudi money?
Liverpool, Manchester United, these are clubs that were earned the right to call themselves big teams. They didn't buy their way to the top. They spent years and years and years in the Premier
What
League.
about Chelsea?
In the top
What
flight.
about no one talks about Chelsea?
Well, yeah, everybody talks about Chelsea. There's another one with the money there, 100%. But they have more heritage than these frauds.
Sorry, Man City are an older club than Arsenal.
I don't care if it's older. It was a nothing club until no, Arsenal's older.
No, our City was founded before Arsenal.
Oh well, they were founded, and you know what? It took them 100 years to become anything because they needed Saudi money. 100%.
I mean,
Arsenal
it's not like
worked-
they were mid-table team before Saudi money.
No, they were relegated.
Yeah, in 95.
They were they were worse than mid-table team.
No, the
were-
season before they got Saudi money, they were 10th.
Yeah, this is not good. Bro.
Okay, I'm saying mid-table.
No, Manchester City are
Sure,
a team.
okay,
the
yeah.
only reason they're here is because of Saudi money. That's it.
I
You
agree.
can't say that up for Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United. You cannot.
Okay, well, sure.
Yeah,
so
you
so the
cannot.
argument's where the money came from.
It's where the money and how it's the zero heritage to just splash money and become.
I
and
disagree
become a
that
team
it's
like
zero heritage
It is
because they're
zero
an older
heritage.
club than Arsenal. They've been around longer. Just because they haven't been at the top longer doesn't mean you don't have heritage.
They have zero winning heritage before the money.
No, they won an FA Cup
Good job.
like before No, it's true. They had an FA Cup like in the 30s.
Good.
I'm just saying
That's all they should have.
Whatever.
Take out the charges, leave them with that FA Cup.
So you're saying because you don't win a trophy because where the money. So you're saying if if they had done the exact same thing but the owner was Elon Musk, you'd be totally fine with it.
No, I don't care. I don't see race. I don't see where the people come from. It's the fact that
they just spent money to get where they are.
Yeah.
That's the name of the game.
No, it's not.
You're going to be
Real Madrid heritage club. Years and years of building that club to where it is. Not just money here. There we go.
Well, there you go. They spent the money, and it's not like they were
Barcelona heritage, Liverpool.
You're
heritage.
acting like City just splashed out, made a Galacticos. They spent the money wisely. They weren't buying the best players in the world.
They were. You tell me. First of all,
they're buying good players, but
they were buying the best players.
They're not Real Madrid buying Mbappe and
Mbappe was free. Vinny was 40 million.
Okay, but
Real Madrid, if you want to talk about
Real Madrid
business,
does some of the best business.
yeah, the Real Madrid talk about business. Man City, if you're not looking at the wages as well, that's the only reason people were coming to City.
Savinho's coming through. He's going to give it to Haaland.
That's a big goal for Calafiori, man.
Anyway, I disagree.
No. Let's not get it twisted. That's a big goal for Arsenal.
Yeah, I know.
It's a big goal for Calafiori. Calafiori doesn't need that. Arsenal needed that.
All right.
Let's be honest. Before you act more disrespectful.
Over the last 5 seasons, I'm pretty sure Arsenal have spent more money than City, right?
Yeah, because City bought their investments.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly, and they've maintained
and that's
those.
actually the exact same thing that Mourinho said. Back in when was it, 2015? 3 Champions Leagues, 3 League Cups, investments from the past. That's what Mourinho said, talking about City.
Sure. It did start from that big investment, but I mean, they've continued to run the club, probably the best run English club right now, right? City are probably the best run club in the Premier League.
Well, I can't speak for their I can't speak for what I can't see that's on the pitch, basically. So, that being said, I'm talking about management and the players. All the players seem to, when they join, they seem to be part of the ideal plan, the big plan, the winning, the this or that. They don't seem to have too many inter-club altercations, and if they are, they must do a great job hiding it.
I will say,
I've never heard of it.
It looks fun to be a City player.
No,
I don't
to
know
me,
if you've ever seen those videos.
To me, it looks so boring. When I see those, it's so boring, so cookie cutter, so freaking.
I mean, I don't know how could you be boring to play for any professional Premier League.
I mean,
playing professionally is a whole different subject. I'm talking about playing for City.
I don't know if you heard, but Alexis Sanchez, when he made his big move to Manchester United, there when he snaked Arsenal, the first day he went to the training in Manchester
and he said
United,
he wanted to go back.
He looked at all around. He's like, oh, why did I do this? That's what he said. And you know what? It's the culture. It's how you feel at a club. And I feel like there's a reason City, those big players that go there, De Bruyne's, Haaland's, I don't think they want to leave. I think they're very comfortable.
Because here's what I think. Here's what I believe. Here's my best example. Arsenal, and I don't know. I actually don't know anything about the Arsenal facilities. I know more. Oh, did he pull a muscle there?
No, he just pulled out of the.
No,
ring.
I think he.
No, he's fine. He would have been holding his hamstring. Oh, it's raining. I didn't know that.
It might rain today here. The difference between City, let's say City, United, and Arsenal. I don't know too much about what kind of facilities they have at Arsenal, but based off of what I see, how I see it, how they're spending their money, how they're upgrading their stadiums and stuff like that, I would like to believe that their facilities are a lot more modern and more up to date nowadays.
You're talking about Arsenal or
Arsenal.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, City is probably the top.
Well, look, all the facilities I'm sure are very comparable.
No. Ronaldo's literally recently come out and said the facilities haven't changed since he was there back in 2008 at United. Okay. And so when I can think of Alexis Sanchez, I bet he went from they're both obviously state of the art to state of the art. It's about how new is it, modernization. Mm-hmm. I feel like Arsenal's probably more modern and they have more useful facilities in terms of state of the artness, whereas United had old wow, this was great back in freaking 20 years ago. This was top of the line, but anyway, my point is I would compare it. When I see United and when I think of the club and the whole thing there, I think of an old a Harvard University. It sounds old, looks old, it's been there forever.
I think of a McDonald's.
No.
and then I guess City's more like an MIT with their
cities, they're just exactly MIT.
They're not Ivy League, but they're like really a good club. With
Exactly, and they're making the efforts to be to be somebody, to be a massive club, to be
Yeah.
and obviously they're a massive club, but I mean in terms of heritage, no, you can't compare it to.
I mean, look,
to
is
United.
it? Are you just upset that a club with that hadn't been good in the '90s is good now? Like,
Well, you
not
can't
about
be.
that.
You
Guys-
can't be upset. It's
not
not
about
about
because they had an FA Cup
It's
before.
not I don't care if they had one FA Cup. I don't care, Max.
So what
They're
do you
the
care?
best team in the world, and the only reason they are is because of these
Okay,
guys.
any team,
Al Hilal guys.
any team is the best team in the world because they have two things: money and maybe a good academy, which probably comes with money.
Why is it Real Madrid? Why is Real Madrid the best team in the world, Max?
You're still not doing it, by the way.
Anyway,
Why is Real Madrid the best team in the world, Max?
Real Madrid, well, they spend a lot of money actually.
No, you're wrong. Actually,
I mean,
you are just wrong.
wages.
How much
is
did
part
it?
of, wages is part of spending money.
Yeah, but
And
the
they don't have
between-
to pay their player.
Hold on a second.
Jude, Mbappe, and Vinny are all on the same wage.
Let me ask.
which is about
let me help
15
you.
million. You wanna let me just say this last point, please? They're all on 15 million wage. Does that seem like a lot to you?
15. I mean,
15
a
each.
year.
Yeah, a year.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, Mbappe was making. Ronaldo was making how much in Saudi Arabia?
But that's, you
I
can't
mean,
equate. You
It's like
cannot-
150 million a year, 200 million a year.
140.
15 million is a lot, but that's what players are worth, and that's why you have to pay for them. Real Madrid do not spend a lot of money on players; they just don't.
I mean, they bought Hazard for 100 mil.
Yeah, and how much did they buy Mbappe for, Max? How much
Well,
did
yeah,
they buy
I know
Rudiger for?
I mean, I know they went on freeze,
How much?
but
Free.
okay.
Vinny was 40 million. Rodrigo was what? Another 40 million. When you're a big club full of heritage, you don't need to.
I mean,
the club, the
Hendrick
teams
was
will
like
come.
60 mil. Like,
No, he was 35 million.
is that what it is?
Yeah, you don't get your facts straight before you're going to come to me. with
Okay,
Also,
well,
nonsense.
in La Liga.
okay, well, let's talk about
Wait,
expensive.
Adriano wanted to say something.
Okay.
No, go ahead, Max.
I was just gonna say, like, okay, let's compare it to City's expensive signings. This transfer window, no, they didn't pay for anyone. The one player they brought in, Savinho, was from their own corporation, from the City Group. Fucking hell, this mic.
Max, you just unplug it and put it back in.
No, guys, hold it like this. It never happens to me.
Okay, whatever. Anyway,
Well, hold it the way he's telling you to, from the bottom.
it wasn't working. I was doing that. I'm gonna hold it from up here. Okay. Anyway, it was from the City Group. They let go of Alvarez for what was it, 60 mil for Alvarez, something
Alvarez
like that.
is not from the city.
No, Julian Alvarez. They let go.
He's.
They
yeah,
let go of
Okay,
him.
they sold him.
They sold him. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's from.
Yeah. I know. Anyway, they sold him for 60 mil. Who else did they like? They sold. They sell. They had another. They sold someone else. Anyway, I mean, Cole Palmer left the season before probably for less than they should have gotten for him. Like they're a well-run club. They're not. You know, they got Haaland for 60 million. That's a steal. That's a Real Madrid-esque signing right there.
Look, if world football started in 2000, you can have. There's a debate for City being a well-run club and being, it's top. But you're talking about like 100 years beforehand, they were nothing, and now
That's not true. They were winning FA Cups.
You just said they won one in the 30s, Max.
Yeah, well,
Can
I'm
you
just saying. I'm
shut
saying
up?
they
Just,
are a
like,
team
literally
that
stop.
they're not a nothing team.
They are a nothing team. They are.
No.
You told me they will have one FA Cup. You know who has a FA Cup? Probably Hall has a FA Cup.
Well, I'm just saying. Yes.
Crystal Palace goes to the final of the FA Cup. It's not that difficult to win one
Back
trophy.
in those days, Nottingham Forest or Blackburn Rovers or whatever.
Yeah,
were
they-
winning Champions Leagues,
Yeah, I know.
and they didn't even win.
Oh, so if Blackburn Rover would have been bought out, so it's at the club, like what?
It's about being. It's just about you splashing cash coming into it, and not even being from that place. You're just taking a club, and you're like, oh, you know what?
Sorry,
Take a chill.
sorry. Where's the owners from Arsenal from? Are they from England?
Yeah, but the
no,
club,
they're not.
the
They're
club,
even farther away
Yeah,
from
but
England.
the club was brought up to be this huge thing before the owners.
So it was.
It had nothing to
it's
do
just
with
the
the
amount of
owners.
time it took.
It's about the time and building your way to that point, like Real Madrid did.
Real Madrid never built their way
Yes,
up.
they did.
Yes,
What are you
they did.
talking
They've
about?
always been at the
No,
top.
no.
No,
Yeah.
they were the biggest team in Spain since it was created because it's the capital of Spain and this and that. But
But,
it's not like, oh, it's shit. Let's just spend like $1 billion and make it good. It's not the same.
But also the difference between the Spanish League and almost a goal there for Gabriel. The difference between the Spanish League and let's say the Premier League is that, believe it or not, it's individually own the clubs. They're owned by individuals. It's technically fans. Now, Real Madrid is a select amount of fans, then yes, they're all generally wealthy, and Florentino Perez is one of those people. He doesn't own the club at all, Florentino. He's part owner of the club, but he's part owner. It's a share. He just does he's the face of it. Like, he, in his buy or whatever, in the agreement that him and all the shareholders have, he's the face. But he is not the sole proprietor owner, like Abramovich was for Chelsea, stuff like that. I don't know if you guys know that, and that's what all the Spanish teams are like that.
I mean, City is owned by the City Group. No, it's like
I know, but it's a
City's
business.
owned by
It's
a
business.
whole country
It's
called
like-
Saudi Arabia.
Well, no, they're obviously owned by a prince and whatever. I forget his name there, but it's like a business. It's a business that funds their,
The business, the only reason City is anything is because there's a bunch of oil in the ground in Saudi Arabia, and the guy who owns it is like, you know what, I want a soccer team. Give me a soccer team.
I'm trying to make a sophisticated here.
That's what it is.
argument.
Okay,
no,
yes.
it's not necessarily.
It doesn't. Okay, so Abramovich.
I don't care. Why are you talking
Okay,
about Abramovich?
no, 'cause-
Talk
'cause
about other
No,
teams.
when
that-
Abramovich bought over Chelsea, I didn't necessarily have
Yeah,
a
why
problem with it.
why was it? No one talks about how Chelsea spent.
Yes,
Because he
people
was an
always talk
individual.
about that. People always
They-
talk about
they
how
all-
Chelsea were crap, and now they're only something because of Abramovich.
But City gets so much more hate because they're successful.
Because they're even less of a club
Yeah,
before.
they're even less of a club. They had no
before,
heritage whatsoever. They're nobodies. Nobody used to go to their games. You would never see a City fan. So if a City fan was the most rare thing ever. Now every kid's got a City jersey because when you're from the 2000s, City's looked at as this big, humongous club. Like, who wouldn't be proud? Who wouldn't be proud to wear the light blue? This and that. They have these other big players.
It's almost as if Bournemouth was just now they're good.
Well,
That's
well,
what it was.
I was about to say, I don't actually have that much of a problem for Newcastle because I think it's, in a way, it's well deserved. They're such a club with such rich history. They've had such great players in the past. They've tried, really hard to compete in the Premier League and in the English League beforehand. Like, they're a club with heritage, and yeah, they might be considered a little bit of a smaller club in terms of success. But they have a humongous fan base. Like, they're already an established club.
Yeah, so they don't need this shit.
They don't need it, but it's definitely going to help them be more competitive, and that's what I think the upside of these guys are.
Yeah, Max likes money, like a lot of money. He just wants to go support the Super League. Why don't you, Max? Why don't you?
Obviously, I don't like the Super League.
These guys have $2 trillion. The City owners, bro,
Super
trillion,
League?
two trillion. They have a whole country.
I think you just made that number up.
Well, how much do you think?
No
they
one
have?
knows what they have.
Exactly.
Okay, well, they don't say a number.
Let's round it to $1 trillion.
Yeah, they have a lot of money, but
And you know how the owner of Arsenal has about like $4 billion.
okay, whatever. So now
Aw,
we're comparing
holy.
wallet sizes. Like,
Just tell you.
at the end of the day, you guys have spent billions in the last 3 seasons. Billions. So don't act like money hasn't played a role in your sudden surge within the last 3-4 seasons.
You're just making numbers up.
Yeah, you guys
Arsenal
have spent over $1 billion in the last 4 seasons.
No, we have not. 100% guarantee you. We have not. I could just tell you, our most expensive signing has been Kai Havertz at 80 mil.
So
75.
sorry, Rice isn't a player.
Oh yeah, Rice.
Oh,
and,
thank you.
Rice and but the other ones is like Saliba. We got for 30 mil. Gabriel 30 mil.
Yeah, but
how do you
the
come up
30
with $1 billion
To be
there,
fair,
Max?
30s add up, and I'm sure. I don't know about the stat.
No, because Max likes to say stuff.
Okay, let's
with
okay,
his chest.
well, let's
Be incorrect.
okay.
If you think Arsenal spent $1 billion in the last 4 transfer windows, it's an interesting claim to make. How much did they spend this window, right?
Well, they probably didn't spend that much, but they were looking for players that a lot of teams wanted. So
Okay, in the last 4,
Martinelli.
it's 525 million.
So yeah.
in the last
So
4
so
seasons.
so so so.
Okay,
I
let's-
want you to look at the camera and say, "I'm sorry, Daddy.
Okay.
I was incorrect."
Okay, how much do you think City spent in the last 4 windows?
I don't
net
care.
spend.
I don't
oh
care.
no, wait, hold on. This is net spend. Net spend. Have you guys sold anyone in the last 4 years?
Ketia for 30 mil.
Okay, well, add that.
Get at 30 mil.
Hold
We sell
on.
players all the time.
I need to look at a different list.
Regardless, it's not $1 billion, which is what you're claiming.
This is net spend. I don't want net spend. Anyway, net spend is probably more impactful. 525.
Okay.
All right. What do you think City's net spend is?
But I don't care.
No, but you should because we're comparing wallets now. So how much do you think City has spent? Round it. Give me an estimate. What do you think City's net spend is over the last 5 seasons?
But I don't care, Max, because
Why?
Why don't you go back in time and look at how the team they built? They didn't build this team
Okay,
in the
but
last 5 seasons.
like 99%, like which of their players were signed before the last 5
Walker,
seasons?
Actually, hold on a second.
All right, Walker.
Bernardo, De
Arsenal,
Bruyne.
the Arsenal
All right,
have definitely built this team in the last
Stones.
5 seasons.
No.
Stones was like 7 years ago. Bro.
All right, fine. Stones, sure.
Stones,
But by the way, Stones for 20, 30 mil? Like
50 million. Of course, you wouldn't. You're just saying stuff,
no,
Max.
Stones
You don't
was
know.
expensive.
Stones is like the most expensive English center back at the time, 60 million or something. 50,
well, maybe it was a little more. Okay. Well, okay, that's
you-
4.
you-
That's 4.
But you're debating. Obviously, City has spent more money on their team. Oh, that's a mistake. Oh, what's going on?
Yeah, you got to pay attention to the game, man.
Anyway, look, all I'm saying is over the last 5 seasons, City's net spend has been 160 million.
Yeah, because they spent all their money before that. I don't
Yes,
care.
but-
They have De Bruyne. You think they got him for free? Just look at the team, how much it's
But
worth.
it's not like any of these players are huge signings.
Yes, De Bruyne was huge signing. You don't think so?
How much you-
Rodrigo was 80 million.
How much did they spend on De Bruyne?
70, 65.
Let's find out.
I know the numbers, Max. I'm a football fan. I've been watching this league long enough to know how much De Bruyne
No,
went
no,
for.
no. Let's not get it twisted.
Let's go.
We're all considered nerds, not fans. Football nerds.
Okay.
Nobody knows any of these stats as a regular fan. It's just the truth. I'm not calling you a nerd.
But there's nothing you can say, Max. They spent a lot of money. Everybody knows this. So I don't know.
Yeah, I know. They obviously spent money, but that previously, and now they've been growing the club at a more than reasonable rate.
I know, but
You
like,
guys
again,
3 times as much money over the last 5 seasons. 3 times. Your entire team right now didn't exist 5 seasons ago.
It's the only way to
Out
catch
of
up.
your team- out
it's
of
the
your-
only way to catch up against City.
Sure, but out of your team right now, which of the players were there?
Our
5
best player, Saka,
Yeah, that's
is an academy grown player.
yeah. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
And
And Odegaard was 30 million. You know, we're not spending 150 million on
Okay.
all of our players.
City. Do City have any players over 100 mil?
No, because
No.
they bought them back then. 80 mil.
Oh,
for
Haaland for 60 mil is a better signing than you've ever signed for your club.
Yeah, but Haaland was lucky for 60 mil. Otherwise, they would have had to spend more.
Well, it's not lucky. It was calculated.
Oh, well, that's it.
It
I'm
was-
just saying
He had
it's
an- he had-
calculated.
What do you
Just
mean
like
calculated?
Mbappe
It
was
wasn't calculated.
He had an exit clause for a
Yeah,
Champions
exactly.
League team.
But that's lucky. That's like
That's not lucky. That's Haaland having
Well, it's
good
the
agents.
same way. It's the same way Mbappe getting to Real Madrid for free. Otherwise, they'd have to spend easily 200 mil.
I mean, they did bid 200 mil this season before. It's not like they weren't willing to pay that much.
no, I understand.
Saka's here with a corner.
but they had.
Gabriel! Oh my God, we are back, boys.
I don't know.
Let's go. He's unstoppable. I told you, Gabriel, bro. You can't stop this on a set piece, bro. Again, 2 games in a row. He could have scored another one before.
I don't know what they're arguing
Let's
about.
fucking
first.
go.
They're arguing
Let's
about-
go, boys. 2-1 City. Let's go.
Another corner.
In added time. Saka
Yeah,
with another
6
assist.
minutes of added time. Well, 6 minutes about to start. Saka another assist.
I mean-
if that's what you think by getting it from corners, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the argument was here about. Oh my God! No.
What?
Look at Ederson.
You're allowed to stand in
No,
front
you
of the-
cannot block him.
Yes, you can.
No, you cannot do this. No, you cannot do this. Look at this.
you
Cannot do
yes,
this.
you can
Look
stand.
what Martinelli did. No,
you can
can't.
stand anywhere you want
You
in the
cannot
box.
do this.
Yes, you can.
You
You can
cannot.
stand where you want.
You cannot do this.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. You can block
you
off
can't just
goalies.
you can't just make a pick on a goalie.
Yes, you can.
No, you
It's
can't
not.
do- you can't do picks.
You
Like, you
you can stand
Okay,
there.
let's see if it gets
You
overturned
it's
here.
not going to get overturned.
So
They
y-
should-
you're
they should
saying- you're
VAR
saying
it.
You don't know-
If you have two
you don't know the
strikers,
rules.
if you have 2 strikers and you have a defender coming in, you can't just run in front of him to stop him.
You
from
can
coming.
stand wherever you want in the box.
But he turned his back towards him. It's not like he was just in the way. He turned his back to set a pick.
No, you can definitely block off goalies. Players stand in front of goalies all the time. It's Manchester City's fault for
I
not putting
don't think
anybody
But
on.
it counted as a
Gabriel.
goal. They obviously reviewed it. So,
Yeah, they're gonna count it, but
well, this is going to make for a very interesting second half. We'll see how Arsenal.
I couldn't believe it when it went in there.
We'll see how Arsenal crumble. Is he also a Martinelli Silva? Is that what I read there?
No Rodri, eh? No problem. I don't know about that. As soon as Rodri came off,
Well, let's see. The half is not over. There's still 4 minutes to go here.
Wow, I can't believe it, boys. Away to City. I mean, if this doesn't put Arsenal as title
Well,
favorites,
going back off of what you just said, away to City means nothing because they have no heritage. So let's not.
I mean, they're the best team in the league right now.
But away to City they have no heritage. So let's not make that.
They're
some
good at
kind of-
home. That's okay. We haven't beat them at their ground.
I know you
in
don't
like
beat a lot
5,
of teams.
6
I
years.
understand, but you can't. Let's just pipe down.
You like to hate on Arsenal. Who's your team? Who do you choose to rep?
I don't support a team, and I don't need to support a team.
You don't support any team in
I
football?
don't support a team in the Premier League.
In football, who do you support?
I don't need to make an allegiance on here just so that you could.
So I can what? So I can start roasting you for your allegiance?
No, it's not about roasting. It's we're talking about Arsenal here. It's Arsenal City game. You Arsenal fans like to make up stats and give themselves
You're
achievements.
a United fan. You're a closeted
I'm not a United fan.
Yeah,
I'm not a United
it's okay.
fan.
You can come out. You can tell me. You can tell me. I won't judge you.
I'm not a United fan. I'm not a United fan. But that's fine.
You are definitely a United fan. If you could choose one Premier League team to win the Premier League, who would it be?
Chelsea.
Yeah, liar. Way. No way.
I'm glad that I'm considered a liar, Max, for saying
Max,
without
what do you
hesitation.
think? You think he's a United fan?
Without hesitation.
Based
I mean,
on
he doesn't talk much about Chelsea. Is all I'm
yeah,
saying.
that's what I'm saying as well.
Yeah, because
bro.
we
I've
talk more
never
about
heard of
United.
any-
Alexei's the first person to love to bring out a United, so we talk about him. We don't talk about Chelsea much because Alexei doesn't know anything about Chelsea.
Yes, I do. Man, this is huge. Huge.
Well, the game's not over.
Might as well be.
It's the end of the first half, and you scored a corner.
A beautiful quarter.
You honestly, there was nothing good about. I got to be honest with you, nothing good about the 2 goals you guys scored. I mean, a great strike by
What are you talking
great
about?
strike by Calafiori, but that's a low. It's a low percentage shot. It was.
Stop with your low percentage shots.
It's a low percentage.
Every
shot.
single shot that Ronaldo has ever taken in his career is low percentage.
That's just not true.
Yeah, he scores a lot of tap-ins.
What are
and
you
penalties.
talking
Yeah,
about?
you're right.
And he
It's
doesn't
just
score.
tap-ins. You're right.
Nah,
you're
you know
right.
what?
It's
Fine.
100%. Nice clearance by Timber.
His parents didn't know how to spell Julian.
Ronaldo scored in the weekend, I think, for Al Nassr.
He did. Mbappe didn't score.
Yeah, he did. He scored a penalty. Of course, I'm
Mbappe
actually,
scored a penalty.
It's time for you
No,
to
no.
start watching
No,
the
he
games.
He
Okay.
did.
Yesterday.
He scored a penalty. He
Yeah.
scored a
What
penalty.
It's
minute?
time
What
for
minute
you.
was that
It's
in?
time for you to start
I
watching.
don't
the
remember what goal it is. It might have been the last goal, but he scored a penalty.
They got it. It must have been at the very end because I was watching that game.
I guess you didn't watch all of it. Endrick
What-
got fouled in the
Well,
box.
if you use
Endrick. Okay, so it must have been like 90th minute because
It was.
Endrick didn't play that game. He was on the bench the whole game.
I know he came on and he won a penalty.
Oh, I didn't see that. I
Endrick is good, man. I'd take him. I heard that Real Madrid and Arsenal, they're having talks to give Endrick in January
wait, Arsenal?
on loan.
Wait, who came on for? Is it Kovacic who came on for?
yeah, Kovacic came on for Rodri.
Well,
Next half, I want Grealish in for Doku. Honestly, I don't think Doku's done much. And Foden on for Savinho. That's what I want to see.
People said we were gonna just park the bus. It's gonna be a 0-0. No.
I mean, you guys haven't.
I mean, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You cannot park the bus against City, so nobody said that
Yeah, we did it last year, 2 times.
because you guys are bad.
Okay, it's not like you guys have been just like controlling the tempo of the game either.
Ref, blow the whistle, please.
Oh, that's
No, but he
yellow.
should have blown the whistle long
Why?
before.
Why?
Because look at the time.
It's
No.
6 minutes.
Yes. 6 minutes
Yes, and
plus-
there was a goal in there. You have to add that time back.
Please, just stop complaining and claiming you know all these things when you complain about these stupidities.
Yeah, that's
It was an awful tackle.
Yeah, it's definitely a yellow. Like that's the easiest yellow card. I mean, look, it's a good tackle to make. If I'm Thomas Partey, I take the yellow card with chest. Okay, they're gonna float this in. One last chance.
You see this? Another reason I put Gabriel in my ahead of Ruben Diaz. You don't see Ruben Diaz scoring many goals.
Okay, well, they don't need to score many goals. Another yellow for Trossard. Which gives red card?
A red card for Trossard. Get him off. Send him out. Go. Make an excuse. Make an excuse.
Okay,
this
wait.
is why the referees.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
This is why I say, and everybody says, the Arsenal, it's just robbery every time. Nobody looked at that and was like, "Oh, that's a foul.
Okay, we didn't see
that's
it.
a red
Let's
card."
rewatch it
Nobody
first.
said that. This is why I'm saying Arsenal are super.
Let's rewatch
They're
it.
targeted.
For all we know, he just took a knife out of his back pocket and stabbed him in the chest. Okay.
Everything they do.
We didn't see the foul. Let's watch the foul at least.
I saw it.
You saw it.
I saw it.
What happened? Tell
Nothing. Absolutely nothing happened. And Trossard gets a red card. No, this is actually ridiculous. How?
me. No, it was a second yellow.
There's a second yellow.
It was a second yellow. Okay.
But no, Alexei, continue to harp. Go ahead.
Let's see this. Let's see
Play your
this. Is this a yellow?
instruments.
Bro,
That's a foul.
That's a yellow.
That's
It's a yellow.
foul. No intention for the ball. Absolute shove to the back. That's a foul.
That's
That's
a
a
yellow
foul.
card.
That's not
no,
elbows
you
up
cannot.
high.
Haaland
Elbows
did
are
the
high.
same thing.
You
Elbows
cannot.
are
Haaland
high.
did the same thing before.
No,
He's
he
going
didn't.
for the
That's
ball.
a foul. That's a foul. That's a foul.
He didn't even
Get
jump
him
for
off.
it. He didn't
That
even.
was
he's-
rightfully
he-
deserved.
He gave him a yellow for kicking the ball. This is
He
absolute.
didn't get a yellow.
Yes,
What are
he
you talking
did.
about? He got a yellow for kicking the ball.
He got a yellow for kicking the
Oh,
ball.
well, that's a yellow too.
No, stop with your
No, but
stupid
that's-
excuses. You don't ruin the
But
game.
kicking
and
the
then-
ball is a yellow. That's in the rule book for the Premier League.
This is ridiculous.
Wait, so he got a yellow from the back and then another yellow for kicking the ball, eh?
I don't know. I didn't see the yellow for kicking the ball. I just saw one yellow given here, so
Okay, wow,
I'm
that's
not sure. But I mean, that's a foul in any case, and it's at the end of the game. You know, he's just trying to clear the ball and do whatever he has to do. But you know, you got to play smart. You got
That's
to be.
rough. Honestly, I didn't want to see that. I wanted a 11-on-11
We
game.
didn't want to see Rodri out either.
But of
so,
course, it's Arsenal playing, and we're winning
Well,
away. So why not give
yeah.
us another red card? Why not?
you know,
I gotta see. I'm gonna do. I want to look up into. I want to look into this this red card to see if someone
this
knows
is
something
probably
we
ref's
don't.
gonna call it now. Yeah. Well, he seemed to be talking with Haaland there, Trossard.
Well,
so I'm not sure what they were pleading about.
Some people are calling it him an absolute moron. Other people are saying it's a bullshit second yellow because Doku kicked it away as well.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to give a yellow card at this point of the game. Just like before, you said Doku did it as well. I'm not surprised. This happened against Brighton, kicking the ball.
Well, they should have learned since Brighton then. They
No,
should
but
have
I
learned.
just told you the absolute. It's bullshit. If City do it, they don't get nothing. But if Arsenal do it, red card right away, no question. Absolutely ridiculous. This is the.
To be fair, it is kind of dumb to commit a yellow and then kick the ball away right away like that. Like if you're already on a yellow,
No,
don't risk it. Don't leave it in the ref's hands because if by the letter of the law, those were 2 yellow cards.
he didn't hear the whistle. He just kicked it.
Okay,
You-
well,
what do you
kicking
do?
the ball
Here,
is
here,
a
here.
yellow.
It's not kicking the ball.
Is a yellow. Let's
If-
establish that.
No.
Maybe it's not the most well refereed rule, but it is a yellow card
But-
according to, in the Premier League.
But if you're telling me Doku did the same thing, why is he not getting a yellow and getting sent off? Why? Because he doesn't play for Arsenal.
Here's what I'll tell you. What probably happened. It obviously came late when Doku did it. If he did it, the whistle must have come a bit late, so the referee let him have it. If that's the case, right here it was a pure foul. He whistled right away. The ref was right there, and instead of you can't kick the ball away when there's about to be an indirect free kick or a free kick in general. You can't do that. Just like you can't boot it at the player when they're lined up right in front of you. You can't do that. You can't kick it away. So that's what he did, and the whistle probably happened right away. He didn't hear it. Well, the whistle happened.
He clearly tried to clear the ball. That's a soft yellow, man.
Anyway,
You ruined the game now.
honestly, I would have preferred, like I said, 1 yellow would have sufficed in my eyes. I guess. I like 11-on-11. That's what I like to watch. I don't like now. If they weren't parking the bus before, they will now. And anyway, we'll see how the second half goes.
Arsenal won't park the bus. They're going to continue to fight forward, and they're going
No,
to try and get
they're
more
not.
goals.
There's no way.
I mean, no.
No, they're not.
They're gonna park the bus 100%. They're gonna take off probably Martinelli, bring on somebody. This is so dumb, man.
Can some people tell you these people in the ads how to hold a PlayStation controller? They have both their index and their middle fingers on both bumpers.
It's authentic.
It's not how you hold a remote. You just put
It's authentic. It's authentic.
David Beckham has never played PlayStation in his life, and it shows.
Nah, I'm sure he's played a couple games with his son there,
Maybe. With
Beckham Jr.
Ice Spice or whatever her name is.
Ice Spice? Where'd you see that?
No, his wife.
Oh.
You think David Beckham's
Spice
wife is who?
Girls.
Ice
Well,
Spice.
Yeah,
no,
what's her name?
is,
David Beckham's wife is say today what?
It's something Spice. I
Yeah,
don't
Ice
know.
Spice.
she's one of the Spice
One of the
Girls.
Spice Girls. Who is it?
Ice Spice, you're right.
Which one?
no,
I'm sorry. Are you an expert on wags over here?
No, you're right. It's Ice Spice.
What is it then?
It's Ice Spice.
What is it?
You were right.
I swear I'm gonna slap you in the face. What is it?
I don't know.
It's like
Sporty
Cherry
Spice.
Spice.
Oh, you don't
know.
even know what the fucking
Yeah,
name
I
is.
know.
Oh,
like
Ice
he
Spice
doesn't
is a
know.
rapper, bro.
I probably a fucking SoundCloud rapper. Or
No,
Ice.
no, Ice Spice.
What's her name though?
I don't know. It's something.
So you don't know, and you're critiquing.
Victoria Beckham.
Yeah, well,
I don't know what her Spice Girl's name is.
I think it's like the British people watching are going crazy because I don't know, something Spice. I know
Posh.
that there's
Posh. That's
Is
the one.
it?
Yeah, it's Posh Spice. That's the one. I didn't even have to look it up. I heard Posh. Posh Spice. Oh, that's a girl from Game of Thrones. Anyway, I think we should move on to top.
She's not in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Like
okay. It's halftime
That's
now.
the one that
Oh,
was.
you're right. I thought that was a girl from Last of Us. Are they
Yeah,
the
she is
same?
as well. Yeah, she's.
Halftime now. What should we move on to? While we wait here.
Oh yeah, actually, before we go any further, this we gotta reset the clock here to 45.
By the way, the time was 4 minutes past the stoppage time when Tressor got that yellow.
It wasn't. They did a free kick after.
By the way, stoppage time is a minimum, not a maximum. Let's make that clear.
It's
a minimum.
The goal. It didn't take that long to.
Yes,
to
the
reset
goal,
after
the celebration, him holding the badge out. It takes time.
Do you guys want to go over the top 10 African players?
Yeah,
of
let's
all
go
time?
into it.
All
So,
Well, Adrian
Do you wanna
has the
introduce it?
list. Yeah, I need the list.
Go ahead, introduce it.
okay, so in honor of our African brethren, our fans in the great continent of Africa, we are going to be doing top 10 African players of all time. Much like our other lists, we've asked a few friends of ours to compile their lists, okay? Based on their positions within that list, players will accumulate points. For example, me placing Aubameyang in 10th will give Aubameyang 1 point. Me putting my Aubameyang in first will give Aubameyang 10 points. Now, each of these African players will accumulate points and we'll make a master list based on how many points they've accumulated. And we're going to share that list with you today. We're going to start with a few honorable mentions and move on to the final top 10. We'll give our opinions along the way. And yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes.
All right. Well, we're ready. And we're going to go right into it with a honorable mention. As you just mentioned, Aubameyang.
Oh,
Didn't make our top 10.
wow.
A
Interesting.
couple people had him in. I was one of them. Adriano had him in at 10.
You had him in?
I had him in
Yeah.
pretty high, to be honest. I'm kind of sad he didn't manage to get 9 points. He managed to get 7.
I'm going to say I'm going to give a few stats I compiled on Aubameyang. Aubameyang, on a per game basis, has the most goals per game out of any African player of all time.
Pretty good stat.
So to not make this list, I mean, I know he made Adrian your list, so I'm not really debating against you guys. I had him at 8th, okay, but that's shocking to me. You know, his assist numbers aren't too bad either. They're about as good as Ronaldo's were in the Premier League, and you guys really rate that. So, anyway, I don't believe he won an African Cup of Nation, which is something I actually looked into, which I thought might be interesting. He has one African Player of the Year award in 2015. Okay, he won the La Liga.
Okay, we get it.
And he's a German champ.
We're not gonna harp on Aubameyang too long because he didn't make it.
I think he should have been. I think he's easily top 10. I'm struggling to. I mean, when I was compiling the list, he could have been even higher, 7th, 6th even. So
Max, you're missing some pretty big players. So I don't know.
well, let's see.
I don't
Got good arguments on all of mine. So, who's any other honorable mentions to talk to? talk about, or
No. Actually, every single other person made the list.
no? Let's go. What's next?
All right. In 10th place, we got Abile Pele. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah,
But he made 10th
he's a
place.
hero on
Yeah.
FIFA. Yeah, Pele, sure. Now, did you have him on your list?
Adrian had him at 7th place.
Okay.
You want to talk to us about Abile Pele, Adriano?
He was a good player. He was known for being a great player.
No, yeah.
Tell me about him. How many?
I don't know too much about him, but I know publicly in the eyes of his fans and of the people that were watching, in his time,
Mm-hmm.
was a great player. From what I understand, he was a really good dribbler and a very speedy guy. And, I think he deserves it. He was one of the, I'd say in a time where African players probably wasn't so popular for doing well, he was probably one of the first, for sure, one of the first few.
Okay.
That's all I know about him.
I mean,
I don't know anything about him, which is why I didn't put him in my list.
I did find a few stats on him. He's been African Player of the Year 3 times. He's won the African Cup of Nations, and the only notable trophy he's won, it's a good one, he's won the Champions League. So, not bad.
For Marseille? Who do you...
Ajax, was it? Maybe?
Okay.
I think it was at Ajax. Anyway, I'd have to correct me if I'm wrong.
Listen, I know one Pele, and this is not the one I know. All right?
It's funny when you look him up. His top photo is with the real Pele.
Oh, really?
Here's the issue with Pele. He's only scored 88 goals in his whole career. 88 goals. Like not even 100 goals as a winger. Come on.
No, I think he played more as like an attacking midfielder.
Okay, well, 88 goals and 26 assists in 410 games. That's his. I just
Not very
wasn't
good, I
enough
guess.
for me. That just
Not
wasn't
very good.
enough. I mean, the 3 African Player of the Year awards was, tilting me towards trying to get to the top 10. But I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't know. I don't know much about him besides the stats. I looked him up, but just on a pure stats basis, he just didn't make my list.
I think for his time, he was considered what a lot of people like to call nowadays was a good footballer or a great footballer. So he looked a lot better than what he maybe offered in terms of stats, kind of like a Ronaldinho, where he didn't turn over too many, tremendous stat lines, but he was, compared to everybody else playing at the time, was looked at and played at a certain level, with his dribbling. And
His nickname was Pele, right? And that's what he went out. There's no way he was born with that name, right?
I mean, who knows? Was Pele's name actually Pele as well? Like no, it was like the Santos Jr. or something, right?
Well, they give him that name. It was like an insult.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I don't know what it means, but
All right, so that's number 10, eh?
yeah, Pele number 10.
Okay. Interesting. You didn't have him on your list?
No.
No, me neither. Okay. Anyway.
And number 9, we have JJ Okocha, who received 1 more point, 10 points.
He didn't make my list.
I put him at 10th.
I'll tell you why. He hasn't won a single trophy.
Yeah.
Like that was a bit of a criteria of mine, not winning some major trophy.
Yeah, but he played for for Nigeria.
Yeah.
I think in a World Cup, and I think was it possibly their first ever World Cup?
I mean,
when was
he
there?
did win AFCON, by the way, with them, but like I was talking
I mean,
club level.
him as well. He as a great footballer, he was undeniable. I think he's unanimous.
I mean, he's never won African Player of the Year,
Right.
which means he was never even the best African in the world at any point in his career. One AFCON is all he's.
I think he was playing in the time of George Weah and those gentlemen. I'm pretty sure. So
He might have been.
definitely compared to George Weah, I don't know if he'd stand, but
I mean, he has 100 goals in 500 games. Nothing to write home about. About 60 assists within that time. Like, I don't know. He's a bit of a nobody on it. He never won the league. He never won the Champions League. He never won an FA Cup or anything like that. It's like what.
I remember him most notable, like not from memory. Like I know him most notably for like his appearances in the World Cup and the Nigeria team and stuff.
Anyway, I mean that
kind of carrying those guys.
that Nigeria team was good. Like, let's be honest, they were a good team. I remember them.
Sure.
I
don't know too much about the team. I know.
I don't know anything about them.
I mean, I just know that Nigeria has been known to be one of the better African teams throughout the
in
last
history,
20 years.
sure, yeah. But I mean,
Probably them and Cameroon towards the better end.
unfortunately, I don't know the history of a lot of the.
Yeah, you're right. We're a little ignorant here. You guys,
Oh, you
you guys want to chime? Oh, you're an African.
No, but
savant.
I'm gonna say it straight up. I didn't put him very high because I didn't have him. I didn't watch much of him.
I'm just curious.
And he hasn't won much, and that's it.
Is Kanu coming up?
No,
At all.
was not in.
He didn't even make honorable mentions.
No. Kanu got so low that he got 1 point from you because you're an imbecile.
Do you know anything about Kanu?
He played for Arsenal, of course.
Yeah, he won the Champions League as well and 2 Premier Leagues
I
with you
understand
guys.
that, but he was like, when you're looking back at Kanu's time, what do you mean he won the Champions League with us?
No, not with you. He
I
won
know.
a champion. I think he won it. I think he was the one who won it with Ajax. Now that I think about it, when I was doing,
Yeah,
he won it
Kanu, like his goal record. Have you seen it?
better than Pele's.
Not fantastic.
Better than Okocha. Did you have Okocha on your list?
Yes, I had him at 10.
Okay.
Okocha is a winger, first of all, and a midfielder, not a striker. Kanu was just he. If you're not gonna put Giroud icon, I wouldn't touch Kanu as the top 10 African player of all time. That's all I'll say.
As opposed to Okocha, he's actually won African Player of the Year twice.
Yes, and I understand that. And I put Okocha 10th because I think he was a better footballer. He was a better dribbler, better passer, better, he's just a better player. Kanu played for some big teams, and he plays as a striker. So,
But at least he won something, like.
I don't know. I as an
Like,
as an Arsenal fan, I'm not going to put Kanu.
Does the
on it.
trophy cabinet not affect your result at all?
No.
Like a Champions League for Ajax?
For some of these, they do. Anyway, at number 8, we have Essien, 20 points.
Oh, not bad. Yeah, that's about where I put him, actually.
Yeah, Adrian had him at 9. Not much to
I
say
had
about
7.
Mikel Essien.
I mean, yeah.
Is it Mikel Essien? What was his first name?
Michael.
I mean, maybe it is Mikael. Anyway.
Obi Mikel.
Obi.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I had him at 7th. Obviously, I'm not going to go into goals for Essien, but, obviously, let's see here. In terms of trophies, it won the Champions League with Chelsea and 2 Premier Leagues as well. He's notably one of the best holding midfielders in Prem history.
Of course.
Yeah, to go up
That's
there.
what I'd say. I think beyond whatever achievements he's had at every team he's played for, in Real Madrid, Chelsea, he was like the core of his midfield.
Yeah.
And so...
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And I feel like he deserves that position in this list. Okay,
agree.
moving up. We got some big names coming up here.
Mm-hmm.
Riyad Mahrez at 7th place.
Okay. I had him at 5th, actually. Where did you guys have him?
I had him at 6th, and Adriano did not have Mahrez.
No.
Okay, I need to know why you snubbed a 5-time Champions League winner or treble winner.
What do you mean
PFL
5-time?
5-time Champions League winner?
You just said 5-time Champions League.
Sorry, 5-time Premier League winner, 1-time Champions League.
Well, I mean, look, he one of his Premier League wins, in my opinion, was deserved. He was a crucial part of his team. Past those ones, I don't know. He was a really crucial part coming off the bench. He had stints where he was starting. Yes, there was moments, but he was always quote unquote replaceable. And in my opinion, I'm not. How old is he now? He's early in his 30s, I believe, right?
32.
32, and he's already gone to. He's already gone.
I mean, so is Neymar. I mean,
Yeah,
that doesn't hurt
32 for a
Neymar.
winger is pretty. You're not a young winger at that point.
No, you're not a young winger, but he's a great footballer. Like obviously, he had tremendous dribbling skill. He was able to score some pretty interesting goals.
So I just want you to
wing.
compare him like for JJ Okocha and tell me in which ways Okocha
Well,
goes above
because
you.
Okocha had more of an impact
Oh, come
for
on.
for his nation,
Oh.
for his team. He was a lot more of a popular player.
For his nation. Freaking Neymar won an AFCON for his country.
1, 2, 3. Vive Algérie.
Yeah, he won the PFA Player of the Year, 5 Premier Leagues and a Champions League, and he was the PFA Player of the Year in one of the most historic
Which Champions League did he win? The one
the
with City?
treble. He won a treble.
I don't know if he was such a big part. of
What
that
do you
team.
mean? He was probably City's best player in that Champions League.
I
That
don't know.
Champions League, City was Mahrez was scoring some crucial goals for them. He is one of the best right wingers we have seen lately, and he is very underappreciated because of how much rotation City had
Well,
in their lineup.
That's it.
But regardless of that, even on his Leicester campaign alone, he's above JJ Okocha. That campaign alone, he was the best Premier League player in the entire season. Won a Premier League with Leicester being the best player on that team that season. That alone is enough to put him above many players on this list, especially someone like JJ Okocha, who never even touched a Premier League title.
Yeah, I understand, but the thing is JJ Okocha's retired maybe 30 years ago now. We're still talking about him. Riyad Mahrez. I won't be talking about him.
I mean,
I don't think I will either, to be honest.
So there's a difference between
Riyad Mahrez, by the way, scored 50% more goals per game and had way more assists as well than JJ Okocha. Mahrez is currently on 120 assists, whereas JJ Okocha had 59. Like, it's not the numbers aren't close, the trophies aren't close. He won a treble. JJ Kutcher didn't win anything but an AFCON, and Mara's won an AFCON too. So I don't know.
It's interesting. For me, when I thought of my list, I didn't really think of Mahrez, and that's just the way it went for me. I'll be honest with
Yeah,
you.
that's it. He
It's
kind of forgot.
It's a snuff and a half for me. And I mean, I had him 5th.
So we'll do one more before we take a little
Okay.
break from this because the Arsenal game is back on. But
Well, thank you for letting
we
me
should
know.
just finish the list and.
You know, I'm keeping track of the score, right? Or the
46 minute. We could finish the list.
yeah. Let's keep going.
All right. Mane has made our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, our 6th place.
6th place. Okay,
Seven.
yeah, that's actually exactly where I had him. Okay, yeah. You guys want to talk about Mars where you had him on your lists?
Mane?
Yeah.
Mane.
Yeah, not Mahrez.
Mane.
I don't remember where I had him on my list.
I had him. Mane had 7th.
Okay.
So I mean, in terms of you could put Mahrez and Mane. I think they're interchangeable.
I agree. I was in between both of them.
You know what he did for Liverpool. Arguably the best player on Liverpool there. You know, Salah was there, but I feel like once they lost Mane, they went. They failed to really regain what they had with Mane there. They tried to replace him with a bunch of frauds, such as Darwin Nunez.
Luis Diaz is doing well lately.
Yeah,
to be
you're
honest.
right. Luis Diaz is pretty good, but Nunez and Gakpo,
Look,
you know,
his
I don't
departure
think,
is still early, and they're still obviously it's going to be hard to replace a player like Mane. That's the end of the story. So
I think, yeah, honestly, Mane's merits, obviously, he's the Prem in the Champions League are big merits. And obviously, there was a point, I remember, where he was better than Salah
yeah,
for like a season or two. So that's huge.
Premier League Golden Boot winner,
With 22 goals. I mean,
which is
nothing to cry home about. But
which is pretty good still. 22 goals. As
anyway,
a winger.
Salah is 3, right? So anyway, look, he's a great player. Honestly, the notch on his career is that Bayern Munich stint where he was bang average.
Yeah.
Like how do you go to a team like Bayern Munich and not light it
To
up?
be fair to him, Bayern wasn't probably the Bayern that everybody remembered during those moments, and he was there to try and fill a hole, and he was aging. And you know what I like most about Mane is his character, the type of person he is, and you know this shouldn't really affect really in the list, but I will say that he donates like I'll say almost up to 50 or more % of his paychecks to helping rebuild his country.
I didn't know that.
And yeah, and the only reason why he went to Bayern because of the pay, because he was looking for more money at Liverpool. I'm pretty sure they weren't giving it to him, and Bayern offered it to him, and he went there, and a lot of his paycheck goes back to you know his country.
Back home,
and,
yeah,
and he
respectable.
builds an incredible future for those people.
Yeah,
Did that add him 2 spots more on your list?
Sorry?
Did that give him 2 more spots on your list?
No, I'm not sure where I had him there. I think I had him in my top 5.
I will say, yeah, Mane is a good guy, but I'll say congratulations. I want to congratulate somebody very important in his family, to his lovely wife.
Oh yes,
Who recently-
18? Who recently turned 18?
No, who recently turned 17.
Oh, okay.
And she graduated high school.
That's
So shout out to Sadio Mane's 15-year-old wife, 16, whatever, how old she is. You know, it's very
The
good.
culture is very different between here and
Yeah,
where
I
we
just
are,
want to
and so
congratulate her for accomplishing high school.
I don't think culture is an excuse for dating minors. Like
I think it's look, it's not my place
like
to speak.
no,
It's-
but like if
it's
you
a very
say,
big
oh, in my
difference.
culture, it is okay to date 10-year-olds. It's
Well,
not.
they
It's
probably
not.
don't see it that way. Maybe they've not
it's
done
not a-
anything intimate. It's just a platonic relationship.
Okay, well
Maybe
now you're.
it's a status relationship.
Okay,
I'm
but-
not saying any opinions. I'm just saying congratulations that she
I
graduated
don't
high
know,
school.
It sounds like you're being a bit disrespectful.
And next,
Oh, get
oh,
off
so
topic.
you agree with his you would date a high schooler? Marry one?
It's not about whether I'd agree or not. It's just that you don't understand the culture, and
You're right. I don't.
I still don't think culture is an excuse for committing crimes.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know
Well,
if
it's not a crime.
they're not
there.
doing anything
Well,
criminally.
okay,
it's
well.
just that
for
I mean, I'm not,
okay,
you
maybe
know.
crime isn't the right word, but for doing.
Well, listen, like, good for her. She has the rest of her life as a millionaire. Next, in 5th place, we got. Who do you guys think got 5th? No, 6th. Sorry.
6. Okay, let me just check my list. See who's missing.
No, 5th. 5th. We're at 5th place right now.
5th, probably Yaya's up there. I'd say.
No.
5th.
Didier Drogba,
Oh, okay.
5th place, 38 points. You know,
Okay, Adam fourth. Yeah, that's a good spot for him, honestly. Yeah, probably second best Italian striker of all time, right?
What do you mean Italian?
Italian striker.
Oh, it's because the flag is
Italian. Sorry,
Wha-
I meant African. African second best African striker of all time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I mean, he stopped a freaking war in his own country. I mean,
Drogba?
yeah.
What did he do?
There was altercation, conflict in Cote d'Ivoire between the militants and the government, and he went there. He made a big thing. He says peace, no war. It was a big thing. They went to the World Cup in 2010. It was during that time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a humongous thing.
Yeah. Well, look, I don't know about much of these players' antics off the pitch. I do know he had a great goal per game ratio. Not a bad assist one either. Won the Champions League. Won 4 Premier Leagues. He was, the starting striker for those teams, and it's worth a lot. 2-time African Player of the Year.
He won 4 Premier Leagues, did he?
I might have gotten that wrong.
Drogba is one of my favorite players. Stats behind, I just love him as a character. I loved him as a player. I think he's great.
Played for Montreal.
Yeah, true. I saw him play. I saw him score a last-minute free kick. The goalie let it slip through his hands.
Yeah, he played in the.
4-time
MLS.
Premier League winner.
Very nice. AG's pretty close with a lot of these. He had a Drogba 4th.
Oh wow, good job, Adri. He did in fact win the Premier League 4 times. He won in 04-05, 05-06, 09-10, and the 14-15 season. There you go. So 4-time Premier League winner. Anyway, apart from that, I guess Yaya's next.
And 4th place we have Yaya Toure.
Okay, yeah, got that one. I'm one off because I don't know. This is 4th.
Ooh.
4th place, Yaya Toure.
Yep.
So I'm really curious. Oh, okay, I see who I have one guy below. Okay, yeah. Anyway,
Fitting since we're watching a ManCity-Arsenal
Yeah.
game. I think Yaya Toure. I don't know. It's
Farther.
tough because he was a midfielder.
yeah.
As a midfielder, the fact that he's 4th or even in the top 3, top 5, to me that's incredible. Obviously, he played for Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire is known for having a better, group of players nationally. Played alongside Drogba. Played alongside a couple good players. I don't know. I think he was a fantastic midfielder. I think the way he left City. I think how he talks beyond the. He's got he says some weird things in English. I don't know. He never makes sense when he speaks, but he was a great player. And I think when he left City the way he left, I don't think he got a good sign off. I think he has a statue, but I don't know. I feel like he kind of got disrespected. Everybody's forgotten about him. Definitely the modern fan won't know anything about him.
Cool.
Played center back in the Champions League final
True.
to win it.
Yeah, for Barcelona,
Barcelona.
you're right. He does have a Champions League, 3 Premier Leagues, and 2 Spanish champions
Yeah.
titles.
Toure.
One cool stat about him: he won the African Player of the Year 4 years in a row in the 2010s,
Yep.
which is pretty crazy.
He's
I mean,
phenomenal. I think he has a Premier League Player of the Year as well.
he might actually. I didn't actually check that.
In 20.
And just like most of these
14,
players, he's won the
13.
African Cup of Nations, which is a bit of a requirement of mine. I put for the top players, at least win that African
Yeah.
Cup.
I get it.
But no, great player. There's nothing. I have nothing against the guy. He was. I mean, in terms of CMs, probably one of the best dribbling box-to-box players you can find. He's just so silky.
It's just because of his stature. He's a big stature. He's a big body, and he's able to dribble. And
Yeah, but
there's
for
other dribblers that are smaller.
for his stature, he was a great dribbler.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Michael Essien was a bit shorter than him, and he looked. Was a great dribbler as well, but
not like Yaya though.
no, not like Yaya. But the shorter you are, it helps definitely. So the fact that he's taller really, in my opinion, increases the like the wow factor about it type of thing.
No, I know what you mean. 3rd place, I better hear where.
It's George Weah. 3rd place. Ballon d'Or winner.
I had him at 8th. Okay, for some reason, the Ballon d'Or for Alexi is just that the best thing you could possibly win. It's
Does JJ Okocha not have a Ballon d'Or? Sorry
No,
if I'm.
of course not. The guy, he was basically Iwobi.
I thought
not
he
even
was,
close. Not even a nominee, or
No,
maybe
no,
maybe
for
a
whatever
nom.
reason, I'm just picturing an image.
Okay.
But George Weah with the Ballon d'Or, yeah.
Yeah, that I mean, you guys think besides his Ballon d'Or, what has he won besides the Ballon d'Or? What? Fucking Mike. Besides the Ballon d'Or, what has Weah won?
Tell me,
Nothing.
because I didn't put him.
Nothing.
I didn't put him top 2.
Okay, well, where'd you put him?
I put him like 4th or 5th.
4th or 5th? I swear, this Ballon d'Or guy. Okay, actually, he has won 2 other things. He's been an Italian champion once with AC Milan, and he was a French champion with Marseille. So he won the league twice and the Ballon d'Or. By the way, you know why he won that Ballon? Swear to God, my mic. I'm getting a new wire next week.
Only this, bro. How come it's only you? What are you doing?
Well, George Weah was in his time known to be a really good striker, proficient striker, and he had a lot of hype to live up to in his time. His son has even more hype because of his father, and played well in the Serie A, played well in France.
Yeah.
Obviously, earned his Ballon d'Or in France, as discussed before. And I don't know. I think he's a great striker. I think he deserves to be listed for sure.
Did
I
you
think
have him?
unanimously in the world, people regard him as one of Africa's greatest strikers.
I mean, yeah. To win the Ballon d'Or, you have to do something amazing, right?
Okay, sorry about that.
He
I'm
won in
back.
a moment. He won in a time where there was a lot of great players playing with him as well, like greats that, icons. You could say whatever.
Look, all I have to say is, he was a good goal scorer, like 0.4 goals a game is nothing to cry about or anything. He decent assister. I mean, African Player of the Year 3 times. Never won the African Cup of Nations.
He played for arguably the weakest.
No, you're right. So maybe that's not the biggest hit on his.
Right?
But he won the Ballon d'Or for being the top scorer in the Champions League, for having scored 8 goals. Like,
8 goals is
it's not bad.
No.
But
you were talking to me about Vinny deserving to win the Champions League because he winning the Ballon d'Or because he scored 6 in the past Champions League.
I get it, but you wouldn't say
6.
Vinny is amazing. Is like, but at least Vinny won the Champions League.
Okay, fair enough.
I think the concept of scoring a lot of goals in the Champions League is a bit skewed because of Ronaldo and Messi. It's not a very common thing. Like past Ronaldo and Messi, 10 goals or however.
What a save by Raya!
Oh.
What a save!
Looked like the defender might have kicked it out there.
Let's look at that really quick. David Raya, look at this. They call him the cat for a reason.
Do they? Who calls him the cat?
Look how quick he gets down there.
Wasn't Lloris like the
Yeah,
cat?
nobody calls him the cat.
Look at this.
It's fine. Great save.
Oof.
I don't know if it was going to go in. Looked like Calafiori would have had it behind anyway.
Anyway, it was a good save. I won't give him that. I
Great
won't.
save, great save.
Gets down so quickly.
Look at that leap. Oof.
It might be the veneers. I don't know.
Anyway, I think Weah's overhyped. I just stat wise, he didn't win that Champions League. He came in like what? They're like semifinalists or finalists in Marseille that year. I don't know, but just didn't do enough for me. That's
Yeah.
all.
Well, to do it with Marseille is something because Marseille, a team with heritage in the French league, they're not known for really.
Anyway,
Listen, I really I didn't put. I chose to go with players that I've seen play, at least a few times in my list. That's why in the top 2, who do you guys think? There's 2 players left we have yet to say.
yeah, it's close. It's close. It really is.
I don't think it's close, to be honest.
Really.
Yeah, I don't even think it's even a little close. I think
I
one
think-
is so far ahead of the other.
Okay. Well,
It's disrespectful to
well,
talk
no,
about.
I mean,
I just think. Okay. Well, I think in second we have Mohamed Salah. No.
That's what you would think, right?
Okay. Who is second?
Second is Samuel Eto'o.
Wow. Okay.
Stupid, by the way. He's stupid. Everybody who put Eto'o second and put Salah first, Adriano's right here. I don't know why.
Okay. So let's go to Adrian.
Why do you see?
Let's go to
more-
Adrian.
What do you see that's been accomplished?
Oh, no,
by
I'm
Eto'o
gonna
more?
bring
I
that. I'm
wanna
gonna bring it
ask
on
you.
you first. Yeah.
Why Salah?
Why Salah over Eto'o?
I think Salah, as an Egyptian.
I don't care what African he is. Just why is he ahead of
Well, I
Eto'o?
think it makes a difference. It's the same reason why I had Aubameyang 10th in my list. Is as a Gabonese player, the chances of going far. I mean, for all these players, unfortunately, the chances of being professional and being a great professional is very slim for them. But for the ones that have made it, there's a very limited, if any, amount of players that have come from Egypt compared to the ones that have come from Cameroon, as Eto'o has.
Okay, but just talk about their career,
Yeah, why?
not where they're from.
I don't care where they're from.
Career-wise, why is he better?
Salah, obviously, before Salah joined Liverpool, he wasn't really something to go crazy about. Obviously, Eto'o was really good. He also kind of
Another great
maintained
save. Another great save by David Raya right there. Go ahead.
He also Eto'o. I found he had his best moments in Italy, and when he wasn't in Italy, he was kind of maybe used a bit more as a rotation player, or he was
Starting striker for Barcelona, right?
well, yes and no, because
I mean, yes, 100%.
I mean you could start, but if you come off at the 60th minute,
He was playing every game. He was
he was a great striker. He's one of my favorite players, also, but.
two-time the only player to win 2 trebles back to back for
True.
2 different teams.
Yeah.
For
Three
Barcelona.
That's true. I don't know. I just and maybe it's recency bias. I don't know.
Look, I don't think it's as spread out as Alexei's making it out to be.
If we're looking trophy-wise, it's not even
Stat-wise,
close, right?
their goal per game ratio, Edo is slightly higher. Assists, no one comes close to Salah on how creative a player he is. Mo Salah has 145 assists in 600 games. He did win the Champions League. He's been Premier League's top scorer 3 times. Look, what put Eto'o ahead is I was just looking at his trophy cabinet. It's incredible. 4 Champions Leagues, 3 times Spanish champ, Italian champ. The only player that we've named so far that's won the African Cup of Nations twice, and 4-time African Player of the Year. And the fact he won Champions Leagues in 3 separate teams, that's crazy, right?
Unheard of.
Unheard of. I don't think anyone's done that. No, has someone won a Champions League at 3 different teams?
Ronaldo tried, but he couldn't.
That's right. I mean, anyway, look, it's crazy. I think. Look, it was when I was going between the 2. I was up in the air between both of them. I looked at other lists online. Most of them had Salah above, so I tried to see why that was, but I just couldn't get behind it. I put Edo as my number 1 as well.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I really don't think it's close because of the trophies and how important he was for his team. If Salah won maybe 2 other Champions Leagues that he lost, by the way, in the final, then maybe it would have a different conversation here. But 1 Premier League and 1 Champions League is the trophies that Mohamed Salah has to go with.
Yeah.
No African Cup of Nations. I don't think. It's not his fault per se, but it's just not even. To me, they're a whole different level. You can compare Eto'o with Suarez, Messi, Neymar. This is how good he was at his peak. I don't think Salah was ever considered the best player in the world because he was very good Premier League player, but
I mean,
I just don't. I never saw it.
I don't think.
I never saw what everyone saw.
I don't think Eto'o was ever best player in the world.
No, he was Ballon d'Or contender.
Yeah, I mean, I think Salah's been up there for the 18th season.
Yeah, but Van Dijk was even the guy that was fighting for those Ballon d'Ors.
I mean, it's true. I mean, look, I think that's why I did put Eto'o up front. We agree here. I mean, did you have Eto'o second at least, or?
Yes, he did.
No, I had him third.
Who did you have second?
West.
George Weah.
Oh.
See, I don't think you can give 1 Champions League that much weight. One Ballon d'Or worth more than 4 Champions Leagues?
I honestly didn't really weigh it in contrast with trophies and team accomplishments.
Okay.
I don't know. I think Eto'o, for what he did, he was great, but he was he was often kind of surrounded by pretty good players, which isn't that's not his fault either. That's obviously you want to make good players play with other good players, or they make other players look good as well. So you could definitely say that. But I just think that George Weah was of a time that, especially being from Liberia, I don't know. That's the way I kind of weighed it in based off of.
I really don't know what you said. Why Weah ahead of you said because he's Liberian.
Yes.
But why? I don't understand.
There's literally nobody else in the entire world that's Liberian. That probably
okay. If Eto'o was Liberian, he would be better than Weah.
Yeah, but also if Eto'o was Liberian, if Eto'o was George Weah, he'd have a Ballon d'Or. So
anyway, We'll
tough.
agree to disagree there. I think Eto's clear first there. I was expecting him to be first. But anyway, congrats to Salah
Congrats, Mohamed Salah.
for being the
Inshallah.
off-the-bar African player of all time.
Yeah,
Look at
best
that.
African player of all time is from Egypt, which is
It's funny 'cause it's not a country first country you think of when you think
no. That's
Africa.
why I think we give it to Cameroon. I think
Maybe there's
honestly.
Liberia. So
At least Liberia, Anyway, it's kind of the Saudi Arabia being Asia sort of situation. But anyway, congrats to Salah.
Congrats, Mohamed Salah.
I did make an honorable mention list of players that might not have made it.
Yeah, let's hear some.
With Desai, Patrick Vieira,
Oh.
Evra,
Wait, Desai's French.
Thierry Henry,
Okay.
Mbappe.
Abidal Thuram,
Thank you. I'm gonna have to
Marius Trezor.
I'm gonna have to cut this now. Thank you.
No,
very
but
much.
it is
Kylian
true.
Mbappe.
It is true. And we can leave that in here.
Unfortunately, they weren't able to make their own lists. I bet they'd top every single player in these lists. But
Well, the criteria was playing
they-
for an African country.
Yeah, but it's true though. Like, why is it that if they chose to represent the African countries, the African teams would be a lot stronger.
Yeah, okay, but that's how it works. You immigrate to a country, you claim that country.
no,
That's,
I was just making a joke.
Anyway, no, I
Everybody
get
knows,
it.
everybody
Look, if
knows
those
the joke
they were
between-
actually
It's a
born
joke,
in
it's a
Africa,
joke.
those players, right? They weren't just
Well,
Were they actually born in Africa, those players, or
the French ones, I
The
don't
French ones,
know.
no.
okay? Well,
Well,
then they're
you
not
don't-
African.
Alexei
They're not
doesn't-
African.
Patrick
That's not how
Vieira's
that
not
works.
even born in. I don't even think.
Okay,
he's
that's
born
not
in
how that
France.
works, though. Holy shit! Just because your parents are African doesn't
No,
make
but
you an
Adriana
African.
was saying.
No, I'm just. It was
something.
obviously a joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They were all French. If you didn't catch it.
Okay.
That's what. Yes, we got it.
I just don't think it's right to because
And I
They're-
don't know
they're-
where all these players are born. Some of them might be. Camavinga's not born in France, for example, but
He's
he
not?
represents France. No, he's from Angola.
Really?
Yes, Vieira is Portuguese. It's literally a Portuguese last name. So is Camavinga, by the way. It's more of a Portuguese last name. Anyway, I digress. But Griezmann, Griezmann's obviously born in France, but he's not of French heritage, apart from being born there, which is I understand. I'm just saying.
Anyway, look, that's our top 10. Let us know what you guys think. We're still here watching City pass around Arsenal's box, and
They're prying open. They're trying to pry
every time Diaz gets the ball, he looks
I
like
think
he's gonna
Doku
shoot.
had a perfect. I think Doku had a perfect.
Oh,
pass to
here comes the
make.
shot. Yeah, it's the center backs are just teeing off long shots, praying for a deflection. I don't know why Foden or Grealish are not coming on here.
We might be waiting for something. Pep always has something up his sleeve.
Look, see, it's this. Oh, come on,
Yeah,
Walker.
that's why
Okay.
Kyle Walker can't really be in any of my lists. Oh wow.
See, it's just a bunch of long shots. Like if this is the strat,
Well, I mean, look. Oh, there you go. Speak of the devil. For Doku, is that 11? Who's 11?
no, he's 11. Oh, he's 17.
11's coming off. He's 47.
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
40.
It's
Oh, it's
Doku
Doku.
who's 11.
Where does it? Why is he 40? Where did he
He
get
likes
that?
that number. I don't know.
He's
man.
always been 47.
He's always
I don't know.
He
if it has
he
something
thinks
to do
this is
with
the
anything.
NBA where you just pick a high number and you go with it.
I kind of like players with higher numbers. I hate the players with rotation roll numbers. It just looks so plain. Some people suit it really well, but even Ronaldo, he's got number 7, and it's just like there's been so many great players that have held the number, and it kind of takes away the uniqueness of the number. But
Yeah, but
Ronaldo's known as the greatest 7.
yeah.
so.
To be fair, if you hear 7, you hear Ronaldo.
Ronaldo for sure. When you see somebody line up in pro clubs or somebody wearing at the local game wearing a 7, you always think, oh, they think they're Ronaldo.
I mean, I see 10.
I wear
see
7.
Messi.
I wear 7
When I
most
think
of my
when I
career.
think oh, that was okay, Ruben. That was a little naughty.
They're not gonna give a card there, eh? It's hilarious.
It looks like they're giving a free kick. I don't think.
Yeah, but
Oh,
no,
wait, hold
no
on.
card, eh?
Well, Martinelli, Havertz didn't go up for the ball.
But
I
no
think
card,
He was
eh?
just weak.
No, but no card. But you kick the ball away. I'll give you a red card, straight red.
Barcelona are playing today, right?
It's 2-0. Lewandowski has 2 goals.
Oh yeah.
Yamal no assist. Don't worry. I checked.
You checked. It's 2-1 actually.
I just want to be honest with you.
Just
by the way.
stop looking at the squares because you're gonna get spoiled the game.
By the way,
Oh, from this?
Trossard didn't get a second yellow for kicking the ball away. It was his foul. He got called for a foul earlier in around the 39th minute. So It wasn't 2 yellow cards in that sequence. By
No,
the way.
I know it wasn't.
Okay, I thought it was.
Well, you definitely made it out to be in your
then he
complaints.
definitely
No,
deserved
I
a
would
yellow.
say he got a yellow for kicking the ball away.
No,
That
he
was
got a
clear.
yellow for committing the foul.
No,
and he kicked the ball
the
away.
ref literally pointed. He said, "You kicked the ball." Okay, yellow card.
Yeah, because he topped it off.
Yeah, if
It's,
both those
it's like
things
doing 2
in-
fouls in one. You
in
topped it off.
conjunction. You know, the way City are playing now, correct me if I'm wrong, but look, they're camping their center backs along the edge of the box, right? Why not just put Haaland, where the center backs are right now? Let him rip some long shots.
Well,
Like-
because if you chip over the net, if you want to rebound, you want somebody who can poke that in well.
I don't know, but like look at them. Like I swear, every time Silva gets the ball, he's like, I can shoot this. Look, what if we had Haaland where Diaz is right now, right? And then have him rip the long shot, right? I don't know. Is that crazy?
Yeah, Pep Guardiola. Why don't you call him? Why don't you
Yeah.
call Pep?
Honestly, does anyone have his phone number? Let me bring up the touchline.
Pep's obviously got something. This is something.
See, look, see,
they've worked on. See,
It's almost like that worked, Max.
no, but like, imagine Haaland's like that's the fifth
well,
long
that was
shot
Foden,
he's ripped.
it was either left or right, and Foden was
I
on
know,
the left.
but I'm saying this is like the fifth long shot Diaz has ripped in the last like 20 minutes, just trying to get like a lucky deflection or a top bins. Why don't you get your strikers in that position?
Well, you know what? This is kind of the result of going up and playing defense and parking it a bit. And this is, Mourinho made it famous. I think it's
Well,
not the most desirable thing
is
to
that
watch.
Kiwior?
Well, when you're down a man, right? What do you want to do?
I haven't said anything in particular. I'm just explaining, this is what
Post
you
it
will
up.
do when
You're
you're
singing into your name tag.
when you watch, parking
I
the
thought
bus.
we turned that crap off. Watch.
Okay, enough.
Anyway, yeah, but we have anything else to talk about?
He scored 6 goals. Harry Kane scored 4.
Yeah, Champions League. Yeah, let's talk about the midweek Champions League games. How's let's look at the table real quick and make some judgment comments about that.
Was an upset win, in my opinion. Leipzig, I forget who they beat now.
Leipzig?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Leipzig who won by a goal.
Okay, so at the top we have Bayern, followed by Celtic, Leverkusen, Villa, Dortmund, Sparta, Liverpool, and Juve at the top.
But I don't think we there's even point of commentating off with the standings right now.
Yeah,
It's
fair
one
enough.
one out of 8 games.
Notable losses, obviously, Barcelona lost their opening game,
Yeah.
which is shocking.
Ter
to see.
Stegen.
Honestly, yeah,
Oh, that's
huge,
what it was. It
huge.
was Monaco to Barca. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it was a really. I mean, I'll give him the fact. Besides that, he was pretty solid. I mean, a man down, he made some big saves. But yeah, no, that mistake cost them big time. Obviously, or was it Garcia having to lunge in there and save Ter Stegen for his dumb mistake, cost him a red card.
Yeah.
Yamal obviously scored a great goal.
Of course, we don't even need to talk every single time Yamal plays. We have something to say about him. He's the best player right now on form in the world.
On
other than
form.
Haaland.
Yeah, thank you. Man City 0-0 as well as Arsenal. Kind of rough. Obviously, Arsenal probably scraped that a little more than City did.
Arsenal,
City seemed a little
Raya
more in
came
control.
Up really clutch against Atalanta. Arsenal definitely should have. But a team like Atalanta, you'd hope that when you're burying, with their defensemen, but when you're burying 2 goals against City, you'd assume that they would have maybe came up harder, and I think that's what a lot of the fans thought. I'm pretty sure that's what Alexei expressed last week. But as you could see, when you play a different style, when you change up the scenery, it's only normal. I mean, you can't blame it or go virtue to the fact that they don't have Odegaard or stuff like that. But I mean, it's interesting. But it's only the first week.
Look a little lost without Martin Odegaard. Not gonna lie,
Well, you're playing without Martin Odegaard right now, and you have less a player. Do you
Yeah,
still have
I
lost?
know, but I think even if we had Odegaard right now, we would be arguably in a much better position. Everything goes through him.
Is a slow-mo replay of a goal.
What's going on here?
Anyway, we're back here. But yeah, no, I mean, what do you guys think of the Champions League format? Any initial opinions or?
I mean, like I
It's not my
said,
favorite.
it's literally the best thing to do.
I agree. I'm liking it so far. I like that it's a table, and I like that you can say, oh, yeah, in the group, like you can't really compare teams in the group stage normally, but now you sort of can, which is kind of fun. I like it. I'm a fan of the table, and 36 teams. I mean, it's obviously a lot. People obviously were calling for more competitive games, which is ironic given that Bayern smacked Dynamo Zagreb, who probably would have made the Champions League anyway. But anyway, I'm excited. Is there another? Do we have Champions League again this coming week or no?
No, next week after.
A week after. Okay, so it's every other week for the group stage.
Yep,
And
every 2 weeks.
okay.
Well, yeah, that's it. Kind of really flips up the schedule that everybody's been embedded to know about, and I don't know. I kind of liked watching the 6 games per week, but what are
Yeah.
you
No.
gonna
No. Yeah.
I mean, on the last day of the Champions League group, whatever, what do you even want to call it? The league stage. There's like 20 games. There's like all the teams
Yeah,
are
but
playing.
that's not desirable.
That's
How
gonna
many
be
games are you gonna watch?
That's gonna be fun though. Everything is gonna be changing. You're gonna look at the other scores. Oh no, that's gonna be a fun thing to.
I mean,
to
yeah,
look at.
you do what the Premier League does on the last day. They have like a broadcast of all the games, or it's like of the main game.
I don't know. I wonder if they try and take a keynote there from the National Football League, the NFL, because they do that every Sunday. Up to 10 games play a day.
At the same time though.
At the exact same
Yeah, yeah.
time.
Really?
Yes, and then in the evenings there's 4 games, and then or in the
No,
late
but
afternoon there's
They
4.
but they have to all be at the same time.
Yeah, they do have to.
Why?
Why? Because you don't want the outcome of one game to determine how the next game plays.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I understand that, but it adds to the it adds to the fun of watching. It adds to fantasy sports is very popular in the United States and in North America because of that. Most people do fantasy sports for American football. Really, like that's the biggest one for sure. And that's what gets people entertained. And they have literally the NFL.com has their own.
We're frozen.
NFL.com has their own broadcasting thing.
Yeah, no, I know. But yeah, no, I mean, the reason being back to why they're all at the same time, it's because sometimes two teams, the best outcome for both teams is a draw. And sometimes that happens because of the fact that every other team has played and they realize, oh, if we both draw, we both make it through. And then they just agree to pass it around the back.
Okay.
So it's to avoid that. And it happens sometimes, like you'll notice, even when all the games happen at the same time in group stages, I've seen it happen where, they play both games in the same group happen. I remember there's certain scenarios in which, like, the other game has already ended. It's like the 93rd minute, and then the game that still has a few minutes left, they only need a draw, and they just pass it. Like, I've seen it happen. I think it was the Copa America. I remember it was like Colombia and the other team in Peru were just pass.
I mean,
really?
to compare Copa America to the Champions League is a bit different.
Well, no, I'm just saying
don't know
it's a
if,
scenario that can occur if you don't play if you play every game at different times for the last game.
Yeah, but also, like in the Premier League, for example, with the famous Aguero goal last minute.
Exactly. That doesn't happen.
half.
That doesn't happen if you have games at different times. Not the same way, at least. Like,
I don't understand.
what was so good about that is that Man United think they've won.
Yeah, because
right?
at half they were up.
Right. No, but at the end, Man United's celebrating. Like, if that Man U game had happened before, Man United would have been like, whatever. They'd have been like, but Man City still have to play.
Yeah.
Part of that was the fact that Man U, you have like literally the camera was on Alex Ferguson and this team going like, and then all of a sudden, Balotelli.
Well, what I was gonna say though was that you have access to on-demand stat facts and stuff like that. You'll learn. Yeah, with the power of SofaScore, you could
That's right.
find out the scores in game, like on the bench, for example. The coaches will know the game scores, so they'll try and coach their team, regardless if it's actually more importantly if it's at the same time or not. So they'll try and coach their team to play a certain way, depending whatever they need. So I don't know if playing 20 games at the same time really.
See, this is why I don't like 11v10. It's just a game of pinball around the edge of the box. Like, and then all of a sudden, there it is. Ruben, I swear to God.
It looks like
Every time I see Diaz get the ball, he thinks about shooting.
Hardy, get it away.
If Arsenal could get away with the points here, it would be great for them. It would be a good, very good defensive breakdown between. I mean, look, most people will after this game criticize Arsenal for parking the bus and playing defensively, but they have no choice.
Nobody will criticize them. People will praise them.
People will criticize them.
Why? We're a man down. Obviously, every single team does the same thing. It's football. You're a man down. You're winning. You're going to protect the lead.
Yeah, but nobody likes to watch park the bus.
No one likes to watch it, but obviously you could just praise Arsenal for doing what they have to do to get the victory here.
You don't need to do anything.
You know the player that statistically covers the most ground, kind of relevant?
Oh,
Bernardo Silva.
really?
Yeah.
A lot of running in circles, eh?
I think it was I might be slightly off, but I think he set a record in the Champions League for most distance covered in a game.
It's possible. He's always running.
Yeah. I think it was some crazy amount, like 10, 12, 15 kilometers, some shit like that. I don't know. Maybe that's no, it's probably too much, but it was a crazy amount. Anyway,
as crazy as it sounds, a hot take that I have is, for example, in particular to players like Bernardo Silva, when you dribble around, kind of like a headless chicken, the way kind of Bernardo does sometimes, he's a fantastic dribbler and he looks very silky when he does it. But to me, that's kind of like a showcase of a low IQ.
low IQ Bernardo Silva. You heard it here first.
No, I'm not calling Bernardo Silva low IQ, but just having to dribble past 3-4 guys, unless they're like literally on top of you. But it's more to me a testament for potentially low IQ or not knowing where your players are, not knowing where to just give off the pass in open space because somebody's going to catch up there, something like that. Where because it's an incredible risk to dribble past 3-4 guys, all for it to just be poked out and then it's turned over, and then it's a counterattack, and then your defense or whoever's behind you is on the back run.
Yeah,
and Bernardo likes to come back on D oftentimes, and he does those silly little maneuvers. And to me, I don't know, it looks silly. I don't like it. He does it often too when he plays internationally, and I don't know. I find it strange. He's a great player, but I just don't know why he does that.
Is Rice coming off or no? They're just tired. Yeah, the problem I have with Rice is
It's a lot of
he's
calorie dense.
Very, very sideways pass oriented kind of player. He's not a player like Rodri that can thread a defense. And I feel like you want a player these days if you're winning the ball back and having a few long shot goals a year isn't quite enough. I feel like you need to be more creative if you're going to be a midfielder. And
Rice is pretty creative.
Is he though? I don't see it. I don't
scored
see
more goals than Roger last year.
Well, yeah, we're talking about creativeness. Like, let's talk about like progressive passes and things like that. And like,
Roger, you think he's gonna score now?
Well,
Huh?
he's not on the
That's
pitch.
so very silly to say. I think that
Look! I swear to God,
if City
it's
can get a goal back here, I don't know if Arsenal will change their tactical approach here. I think they'll continue to just play D and go for the draw. But right now, they're getting a win, and that's all that matters to them.
Huge
but
win.
I think if City can tie it up, which I think is still very possible. I mean, there might not be too much extra time in this second half now. Maybe I think I'll predict maybe 4-3. But
Yeah.
if City could get a win, can get a goal, I think it'll probably end a draw and a hard-earned draw for sure.
Someone's flopping. Hold on. What's happening here? Cramp? I think he's got a cramp.
This is gonna be a famous victory for Arsenal.
Oh, okay. Okay, and he's up.
Away at the Etihad, 10 men for half the game.
Honestly, I feel like it's easier to score on an 11-man Arsenal than this.
Yeah, it is.
Like, there he is. I swear to God,
Oh,
how many
man.
fucking long shots is Diaz gonna take? That's their strat at the moment.
I know I don't know if that's their strat. I think that's the defender's going on them.
Yeah, but like, put Haaland there. Put Haaland where Diaz is. That's what I want to see. Why?
I know.
Like, why not?
I think defenders are not obviously known for their striking capabilities.
Well, exactly.
wet
So
outside.
why
It's
is he
wet.
taking 3 times as many shots as Haaland? Oh, Gabby.
Oh, Gabriel. Maybe they're gonna maybe they're anticipating a City draw, and they're gonna put a striker on to make the difference later.
I don't know. Why would they anticipate a City goal?
Why would you put a striker on when you're defending?
He's kind of, I don't know.
Martinelli's on. They're going to take him off. And then
For a defender, why wouldn't you take him
I
off?
think
we don't have many
Gabriel
defenders.
Gabriel
we already
can-
have Ben White on.
Jesus can hold the ball better than
That's
Martinelli.
crazy.
You don't.
Gabriel, sorry, what?
I think Jesus can hold the ball better. Like he can.
He definitely is a better at hold up player.
Potentially. I was just saying it's crazy the fact that you can't even put him on another defender. You
We don't have. We don't have. Who do we want? Who do you want on? We put Ben White, Calafiori's on, Timbers was on.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy that you don't have. Do you not understand English?
Well, we do have. We have about. Look at the team right now. There's like 7 defenders on.
I don't see this is this entertaining football to you guys watching this?
No, it's not.
Blame the referee for
or blame-
sabotaging the
I
game.
mean, maybe
it's not
Trossard
the
being a
referee's
fool.
Fault, but yeah, it's Trossard's fault for making a silly tackle, making 2 fouls. He should know better.
But it's like there it is. Diaz. He's thinking about it. I'm telling you.
Oh,
Get it out.
oh,
The guy's an incredible
very
goalie,
good
man.
save. Vardio, very good one-timed volley there.
Yeah, it was a good shot. Honestly, Guardiola's got that in him.
Man, he's so quick off his feet, bro. Look at how quick he gets down there.
I mean, yeah.
9.8 meters per second
when
squared, eh?
When you're tall and trained as a goalie and you're pretty much standing quite close to the strike, it's a great pass. It's a great shot, great save, but
Jesus, bring on Jesus. What'd you do?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm trying out the different input.
The thing with City is they have a knack of scoring last minute goals, man. And
so by you questioning me predicting them to score,
I'm not predicting them. I'm saying it's possible. I'm not saying this is what.
So by me predicting it, the potential of it, and making me sound silly for no reason, it's like you're just going against exactly what I just said.
No, you said looks like Mikel is anticipating a City goal. Why would he do that? He's trying to prevent it.
Well,
okay. I thought he had it. Oh,
know,
did he
putting on a
just
striker
back heel that
preventable is,
volley?
Man, this is just gonna be.
Look at it. He's thinking about it. I'm telling you. Look, he's gonna pass it to Diaz.
Kovacic
here.
just shot a few of those too.
yeah, Kovacic
Look,
is
it's
just
gonna
as
it's
bad.
gonna come back to Diaz. There he is, and he's thinking about it. Look at it. He's thinking about it.
Well, because he obviously
Well,
wants
he
to
has-
help his team.
yeah, he
What
has
else do you want to
space.
do? He has space.
I don't know. I just think like
All you could hope for in those moments is a rebound or a little ricochet and the striker to get on it.
put a better shooter in that
And then
spot.
you hope that they're not offside.
you know,
at that
like
point, too. A Grealish coming on. Yeah, they're really tightening. They're tightening it up there.
Like-
Even Havertz on the
like-
shuffle. Looks like he's gonna have some space. He's gonna give it. I don't know. I think now you gotta try and put it in the box. I guess.
I rate Kovacic. I like him as a player. Honestly, he's like
I rate him, but he made a couple shots that skied the net. So that's what I was saying.
he's a notch under world class, but he's very underrated in my opinion. Oh, and there he
There
got.
it is.
There it is, Diaz.
That's a handball potentially. I don't know. It looked like a handball there, and he's not going to pick it up because he's a coward.
Oop.
Oh, is he hurt there in the middle? Who is that? Gabriel, right in the face.
He probably.
His veneers. Oh my god. My teeth. My teeth. I just got the feet. Oh fudge.
I know he's fine. I know he's fine.
Yeah, they often like to complain.
Oh wait, that if medical's coming on, that means
That means there'll be some extra time, supplementary.
no. It
time.
also means he's got to step out, which means there'll be 9 men.
Interesting. It'll be German men.
He doesn't have to step out.
Yeah.
Yes,
no,
you have
if
to step out.
the medical team comes to look at him, he's gotta get off the. Oh look,
he's
he
fine.
got and he
It's
knew it.
just
He
a-
knows. He knows.
It's a classic. Yeah, look, he's smiling. It's a classic Brazilian. Fake.
Oh, Julian Timber. That Julian Timber? Yeah, it is.
Shaking the leg. Come on, man.
It's like
Oh no, that was Ben White. Oh, it's all right, bruv. We're gonna go to Tana later.
no, it was Timber who was.
No, but it was Ben
oh,
White
Ben White
shaking
his
him
leg. Okay, so wait, Ben White is 3 in the back. Oh, it's sub.
Sub.
He's
He's
come
cramped.
on as a sub.
He cramped.
Yeah,
up.
he's big time cramped there.
Who do they? What are replacements? Tamiyasu, I guess, comes on.
Oh, he's got to get off. He can't. He's sitting down. They're all complaining.
Anyway, this
Out.
This is all getting
Saying outs to the goalie. Oh,
It's-
no,
it's-
what a
It has to be
coward.
Tamiyasu, right? Who else would it be?
Alexa said they had none.
Oh, is the
Oh, it looks like
no
they're
no
going
no
to
no
continue
no,
to play.
no, the ref blew the whistle.
Oh, the.
That was scary a little bit.
I mean, this is all getting added. So
Well, this is going to be added time. We'll see. I don't know.
And
7
7
minutes.
minutes.
and you and more like this is just a minimum. Every second he spends on the ground here, it's getting added.
It's interesting. I would have liked to see the replay when he shot it. I thought it hit him on the body. I didn't realize. Maybe I guess it struck him in the face.
I think he's just cramping, and he didn't want to get off the pitch. Of course not. Why would you get off the pitch
Well,
and let
no,
the
I
game
mean
play
he
on?
might have not been able to walk off. Oh,
You
Diaz with the yellow. For
I
an
think that was
argument.
Silva, though.
What?
That was Silva, no?
Yeah, so.
Oh, maybe Silva. I don't know. Looked like I thought he flashed it to Diaz. Yeah, I guess so.
Keep going, you little midget.
No, he knows not to kick the ball. Bernardo Silva. You got him a little bit.
I mean, Bernardo Silva just got a yellow for an altercation. I think that's a little bit more to argue about than when you smash somebody. So, who's that on the bench there?
Keyword. No,
Waneri.
one area. Wait, is he's a fullback? Wait, no.
Midfielder.
Midfield.
Attacking midfielder.
I'm just a little confused why he would come on instead of like a Tomiyasu, tall
I think-
defender.
Is Tomiyasu available? I don't know.
Oh, he might not.
It's not Waneri. Who's this?
It's a new guy. He's British. Skelly.
Miles Lewis Kelly. I like that Lewis Kelly. It flows into this Lewis Kelly. Sounds like one name.
It's interesting. It's an interesting name. I always,
Looks like Ice JJ Fish.
every time these young guys from the academy come on and play, in my opinion, they always have interesting names, like unheard of names, you know, or like really typical names. They sound like FC Regents.
City's academy, honestly, produced some good players. You know, Foden, Cole Palmer. I don't know. I can't name any others, but
They haven't
Oscar
produced
Bob.
Oscar Bob.
They
yeah.
haven't produced an abundance
Lewis.
of players, but they've produced some good ones so far.
Where did they sign Doku from?
The French league potentially. I don't know.
The French league, I think Rennes.
I can't remember
Or
what
Nice.
team, but I'm pretty sure he's playing in France. He probably obviously came from like an
Oh.
like the academy or
Oh, I
something.
see. It's not Rocket there.
That's
You
a
know-
risky snot rocket, you know, like a head straight up, you know, not even bent down to make sure it hits the ground, you know. That's a,
Are you guys fans of House of the Dragon?
I haven't. I've seen the first season. I'm waiting.
Holland gives me,
Oh,
Daemon Targaryen vibes.
I know what you mean. Yes. I mean, he definitely fits the Viking mold. You know, that long blonde hair, thick jaw.
well, I mean, his literal ancestors are like
Yeah, I know.
Norwegian. That part of Europe they're all Vikings.
I want to see Holland with those braids. You know what I mean? I feel like that would suit him. You know, he
like a Ragnar Lothbrok.
just those like those
The
you know-
rose
Yeah. But like the cornrows into the
to the big single braid. Yeah. yeah.
or maybe is it always a single braid or do they do
Well,
multiple?
I guess it depends how much hair you have, right?
Yeah. Oh, here it comes. Oh,
Cardio in the
come on.
box dancing.
should have just finessed that one. R1 circle.
I don't have a good feeling about this, bro.
I think you guys got that. Look, there he is, Diaz again. Oh my God, I swear to God. Come on.
Haaland's a bit.
Holland,
open
yeah,
there a little
interesting, eh? He's
I
trying to
don't
get
want
more
made
involved.
That pass. That was Foden. That was an awful pass. I would have never made that pass.
Honestly, Foden's got a great long shot. I don't mind Foden getting somewhere in edge of the box. He scored many of those. I don't know how he gets it out of those skinny legs, but he got lots of power.
I mean, I'm not honestly a great fan of City. I can't stand like 3/4 of their players. They all annoy me. I like Haaland though, but
How do they annoy you? Can you elaborate?
they're kind of like they just remind me of just like I don't know. It's hard to explain.
You had
There
drinks
might
with
be a
them and
personal thing.
they rubbed you the wrong way.
No, I don't know. Like Foden to me is not all that, but because he plays for City, because he's won this and that,
I mean, he was probably the best Premier League player in last year. I mean,
well, I'm pretty sure he's already won a PFA, right?
yeah, last year he won the Premier League Player of the Year.
Right. I mean, I
Nice
get
by
that.
Jesus. Look at that.
I get that, but I just
I
they
know.
don't interest me.
Keep it a little bit. Keep it. Bast it. There you go. Come on. 2 more minutes, boys. Let's go.
I'm not sure what a bast is if you're cooking a steak and you're being based, but
No, it's the fish. You know, the
a bast.
Chilean sea bass.
See bast.
I'm stressing right now a little bit. Come on. Shoot it, Diaz.
Okay, back to Ederson here.
Wow, they're really going for it. Obviously, City have
Do you
no
see
choice.
that goalkeepers have playstyle pluses in FC now? And did you see the one they gave Ederson?
The passing one.
Long ball, yeah. Just means like team of the year goalies are gonna have a bunch of plays. Imagine like power shot. Yeah, I don't know. Oh. Aerial plus. Like how would that affect a goalie? Like would that help?
Get up. Jesus, man. The guy comes on and he prime Van Dyke.
Yeah, Prime Van Dijk. He definitely has the most energy on the field right now. And here, what's he gonna do here?
Oh, he's bringing in
And
the
he
City now.
folded. He folded.
Corner.
Yeah, that was.
That's.
Oh,
and
whoa,
his
whoa,
shoes
whoa.
off. He's kicking the ball away.
There he goes.
That's
yellow.
a yellow card. That's a yellow card. My footy. My footy. Yellow card. You don't be silly. You know. Don't be silly. What can I do? But my foot. Oh my god.
Is he just gonna limp onto this corner? Like, can you just slide?
I'm just.
Are they
waiting.
slip-ons?
I'm
Like,
waiting for the year.
you see how he just slid his foot on? Like, I gotta double knot my foot,
He
my
probably
shoe. I
doesn't
gotta
care.
undo the laces a
They
little.
get a new pair every week. They don't give a
No,
shit.
but like I'm just, it's just crazy how easy he's put the shoe on.
It's a corner, big
Like-
corner here. Raya, man, the guy, he's everywhere. What a keeper.
You know, I don't know why they don't do what Arsenal do and just put 3 players around him, do a little ring around the rosy, holding hands around
You
Raya.
know, I think it's very strange. Arteta's been there for maybe 5 years, 6 years now. He's gone through like how many goalies? I mean, maybe Raya's the solution finally, but 6 years later to figure that out, it's crazy.
I think Pep is the coach.
Havertz! Ooh, that was close.
I think Pep is number 2 on longest active manager terms.
In the Premier League right now?
No, in the world, on all leagues.
Right now.
Yeah, right now.
Okay.
Active. Arteta's in the top 10 as well. I saw a list. He was like 8th with like 6 years.
So, like, that's what it's just because the modern game, you know, has for so many changes and.
Oh
so many
my God,
standards.
I can't believe this.
So let's be real here. There's like about 1 or 2 minutes left still because of.
No, the time's up.
No, it's not. We saw Urian Timber go down as the.
Of course, it's a goal.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, let's go!
The tied goal.
Of course.
Johnny Stones,
There it
baby,
is, there it
Johnny
is.
Stones.
There it is. Pep saying, "You think I taught you everything?" That's what Pep just said. John Stones,
I mean,
good for him.
They both scored a corner. Let's.
Look, you know, Arsenal could not have played it any other way. This is the only thing they could have done. They did it to the best of their abilities. It's very hard. City is one of the most, or if not the most prolific team in the world right now, in terms of goal scoring. And
I mean, you couldn't see it going any other way besides.
it's a bit
corner.
it's a bit sad the way it went in. You know, it's honestly it's a
Yeah.
garbage goal, garbage time, garbage goal. It's very unfortunate. It's very sad, but unfortunately that's the way it is. David Raya, an incredible game. He should probably get man of the match in my opinion.
Yeah, I would honestly. That's a good shout. Raya.
Incredible game. Like, you know, onside.
He's on.
Let's see. Onside.
Onside. Yeah.
Onside. It's
Was that own
It's
goal?
sad.
Wait. I don't-
no. Maybe deflected.
No. He slides in here. Just real quick. Watch the Arsenal player. Oh no. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
It comes off of Stones' foot. Oh. I will say every time I watch an Arsenal game, maybe it's a placebo, but this guy's always the ref. He's always the ref.
Michael Oliver.
Yeah, he's not my favorite ref to be honest with you, but I feel like he's fair, I guess. But you know, what are you
Looked
gonna
up his salary. I think it's $200K a year.
do? Is that right?
Which I mean, it's a pretty
a referee?
modest salary for being like such an. I mean, I'm sure he makes way more money off of like side gigs, like giving interviews and whatnot, like sponsorships. I don't know. Can refs be sponsored? Probably not.
oh, okay, that's what we're looking at here.
What's happening here?
Holland again, bum rushed him.
Bum rushed him. Did you see how fast Michael Oliver came from one side of the circle to the other? You know what?
He's a quick guy.
Referees. When I remember when I was younger watching the Premier League, we always had some, and I'm nobody to say anything, but there was always some tubby referees or, referees that didn't look like up to standard. But the refs nowadays, they're looking up to standard. They look in good shape. They run fast.
Do you
They
see
maintain
that?
the game.
Have you seen that video of Jorginho getting outrun by a referee on
Yeah,
the counter attack?
I've seen that. And he was, and that referee in the video was a tubbier referee.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
dude, it was funny. Jorginho was like sprinting back, and the ref just sprints.
I don't know
past him.
what this. I honestly have never cared to search it up, and I have no clue what the stats are in terms of how many kilometers refs run a game. But
Oh,
it must be the most on the field.
It might as well be. Yeah, I mean, I think you're probably
I
right.
can't believe they scored it in the last minute. Of course, bro.
Oh, they blew the whistle. Okay. Well, honestly, look, this is, it's. I expected a draw, and a draw is what we got. Anyway, it was. I wish the game would have gone differently. I would have loved to have seen this game 11v11.
I honestly, I'll be honest with you. I think if the game was 11 aside and there was no red card, It would have opened up more space. I don't think we would have been in a position where they would have had to
Yeah, it was just
park the bus.
I know.
And I mean, obviously they scored the goal beforehand there, but
Yeah, no, I
there
know.
would have just been more space. Would have been more potential for problem or whatever. And
Alexei, come on, put your headphones
It
on.
is what it
I want to
is.
get your opinions on the result here. What do you think?
yeah, Alexei was talking most about the game throughout, so had a lot to say.
By the way, I just realized. Look at your inside there. Look what it says.
To the left,
Do you
right.
want to show the camera? There we go.
However you're comfortable, doesn't really matter.
I guess you're right. Anyway,
It's robbed. Clearly robbed. Again, another red card for the same thing that happened 2 weeks ago. The referees, of course, you put Michael Oliver on. He just, I think it says in his CV, I do not like Arsenal. I think that's what he applied with. And I don't know how he gets the job every time to play as a referee. And it's just not fair. The fact that, again, we're 2 minutes over 97th minute of extra time of added time, and yet the referee doesn't blow his
no,
whistle.
come on, don't blame the whistle. Obviously,
Yeah,
Julian Timber.
it was literally the 97th minute.
Haaland-
It was
Julian
on the
Timber-
97th minute.
Julian Timber was on the ground
You've
for an
never
extra
seen
minute.
a game. You've never seen a game where
Haaland-
when the extra time minute hits, the whistle's blown. You've never seen that.
Yes, I have.
It was on
not-
the 70th and 97th minute.
Yes, come on. They had a corner.
And it wasn't robbed. It was an authentically given yellow card. He went to the tackle and he kicked it away, which he shouldn't have done, because the half was still going. It wasn't over yet. So he deservedly got that yellow, and he got a yellow prior. It's unfortunate.
This is just it's robbery, straight in front of your face, and you're defending.
It's not robbery. I understand you're upset. We could all see that. It's not fun. I already defended Arsenal. I already said, it's unfair, and it's not the way the game should have went. But it is what it is. It wasn't robbery, that's for sure. And it was till the very last moment that City got the goal. It was one little mistake.
And not only that, but the amount of tackles or Haaland or who, it doesn't matter. No yellow card, nothing. Haaland just absolutely destroyed Saliba 2 times. Gabriel again after that. It's just
I think
the
you're talking a
referee-
bit out of line, because the second half was starting and Haaland ran into to go and put press, and instead Gabriel or Saliba, whichever it was, stood there and again created like a pick. You cannot do that.
That's not what happened.
That is exactly what happened. He probably just shoved him out of the way.
Haaland just absolutely murked him. The amount of calls that go for City, it's just not fair. Like, I think they need to be investigated after this game.
To change the goals.
Well,
I didn't update the goals.
investigate them later. It'll probably only come 20 years later, or 5-10 years later, just like Barcelona's referee scandals. But
Anyway,
unfortunately, we end off as a draw. They each exchange points with each other, and at least luckily in Arsenal's position, you were hopeful for a draw. You're not gonna. It's not gonna equate to much of a difference in the table. So at least you have that to look forward to, and at least you're not behind in points to City, right?
Well, we are.
Because of this. No, but because of this game, I'm saying, you guys exchanged the same amount of points. Raya, an incredible game, and.
I can't believe
it's the
we were
end.
that close.
Let me just do this. ManCity scored first.
It's just not fair.
Cool.
97th. Why not? Why do they wait that long?
Well, they didn't wait. They were trying the whole time. Arsenal did a great job defending as much as they could. I will be looking forward to hearing what the pundits have to say post game. But
Anyway, good game, guys. Anyway, guys, thank everyone.
Thanks you.
Thanks you for tuning in. Good evening, and we'll see y'all next time. Like, subscribe. Take care, guys.
take care.
Absolute robbery.